game, because the stakes in this game couldn't be bigger in terms of LAN qualification. Let's do this VOD once again versus
是的，而且其实我个人啊，就是小小的私心会说一句说，因为大家都不知道中国的俱乐部能够走到什么样的一个位置多远，所以可能第一天的票是最稳妥的，对对，是最稳妥一点点的。但是赛季都会非常的精彩。
Okay, so the stakes, we have to talk about the stakes.
会发现说，大家可能会
The way it works in China is there's 2 groups that feed into a single elimination playoff. So even though we are just in the group stage right now, once again are in Group B. And are therefore very likely, well, pretty much set to finish first in this group, which means they will be here. Let me use the spread pen instead. And because it's single elimination, what you don't want to be is on the same side as once again. Because if you run into them in the semi-final, there's no way to get top 2, they'll knock you out. So if you win Group A, you get on the top side of a bracket. Top side of a bracket, you avoid them. Second place has to go run the gauntlet pass once again. So the 2 teams in contention for this first spot are very much ROC and Team CC. So in this game, whoever wins it is basically set to get that top seed and avoid once again, and set themselves up, not just with a great chance to qualify for Hangzhou because they avoid once again, but bear in mind their closest competitor, as they are each other's closest competitors, then their competitors are also going to get eliminated by once again, which means their ability to get through this side of a bracket should be a much more straightforward equation. We're going over to our casters, so we are approaching the time. We'll get our map pick and our bans. We've seen a lot of free O's. We've seen exclusively free O's. This one is our best chance to avoid such a fate.
而且我觉得有一点要注意一下，就是我觉得 ROC 这支队伍，我们之前一直在说，可能就是他们 TEC 的这个活动会做的比较。
What if Blade also froze? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. There might be some shenanigans tomorrow, based on who wins this game, but cross that bridge when we come to it.
处选手，他在没有使用安娜的时候，他尤其是在打查塔的时候，我觉得他打了。
In the single elim, all first of 4. No, I think it's best of 5. Maybe Wikipedia will tell me. Yeah, all best of 5 until the grand finals themselves, which are best of 7, and will that will obviously determine first and second seed going into Hangzhou, but the big thing, much as we talked about in North American EMEA, is qualifying. Qualifying is the major thing. Thoughts on the new Lady Gaga? I've not listened to it. Is it good? I've enjoyed a lot of her previous albums.
之前其实前面这个竞逐杯前面第1届、第2届 Team CC 夺冠的黑影都是他们的核心，潘奈炮这首黑影，所以这个英雄也是对查塔一个非常大的克制。
是在今天的比赛当中看一下两边队伍会不会去对对方的关键人物或者关键阵做一些安排。我觉得，如果说真的是要好好准备，一定会有。所以说今天的
What are you doing? Chen gave him the look. Chen gave him the Get out of the camera, mate. It's a big game. ROC and CC are the stars. Chen on the mic for a big game as well. Happy for Chen.
我觉得比较明显，两边的这个驱动力啊，我觉得 ROC 这边是个比较。
Death stare, I know. What the fuck are you doing, mate? Come on.
对，而 Team CC 更像是一个后轮驱动，就是比如说远方的这个枪斧，
Oh yeah, vodka.
或者说是包括了长生的法老之鹰这样一个灌伤害的这样一个打法。
而CC 这个队伍，他们在这个之前对手到。
So we've seen both teams play a little bit. I think we might see a fair amount of dive from both teams. We've obviously got Bellatrix on one side, on the ROC side versus Gaga. Outside of Gishway, we're very much talking the 2 best Winstons in the region. Chu is Molly. People might be more familiar with Molly from Overwatch League. But I feel like Molly has had a pretty rough time of it so far. And I think when you compare that to Farway, he's looked pretty impressive. Not just historically, but in recent history as well in the games we've seen him. Obviously, a lot of what we've seen Team CC and ROC do so far is beat up on weaker teams. So of course, inevitably, you do look pretty good when you get to beat up on weaker teams. But I think even in all of that, ROC seem to have a lot of problems keeping. They run a lot of Ana Lucio, and Molly invariably seems to be traded a lot in those situations. We'll go into the first map. It's going to be Lijiang Tower. Of course it's going to be Lijiang Tower. Out of respect, we're going to start in China to decide who gets to go to the Hangzhou LAN. Yeah, that's right, probably Hyde. This is the all the marbles type one. This is to get onto the opposite side of it. Winner of this gets on the opposite side of a bracket of once again and becomes heavy favourite to qualify for that second spot to Hangzhou. Alright, all to play for. Is it all Overwatch League players? Yeah, probably like a bit of differing sort of length of service and matches played and starters versus bench players, etc. But I think everyone might have actually been involved. I think players to watch out for, obviously maybe you're more familiar with Leinxer, Bellisri and Choi on the side of ROC Esports, but I think Pineapple has actually looked like one of the best players here in this we've seen, in what we've seen so far out of China. Hayo Qian is super rich. Hayo Qian in Chinese is the Chinese for super rich. So I'll be using super rich out of benefit and respect mainly to my limited mouth. Alright, Winston v Winston to kick it off, Anna v Anna to kick it off. Juno versus Lucio, also a Pharah mirror as well. Kaneki's got through a lot of good work so far on the Pharah. Important match. Winston's going to trade bubbles on the right-hand side. Bellisri is able to camp this Mega. Will take the Mega away. Lots of pressure coming in from Pineapple as well. And Bellisri is going to be forced to jump. Just jumps up into the air. Tries to get more pocket. He's so low. Has to defensively bubble as well. This allows Gaga to get a much higher value bubble. Bellisri is now isolated from the heels. You can see Chu desperately trying to connect that angle to him again. Now Gaga back jumps. It's Bellisri's turn to go forward. He's putting this pressure. They want to play through the Winston's here. Defensive bubble now from Gaga to keep himself alive. They flip the point during all of this Team CC. So they can slow it down a little bit now as long as they keep it contested. You see Kaneki get the first touch. Pineapple's going to come over. Bellisri wants to clear this Tracer, but Pineapple's avoided him. They've responded. They're trying to get the flip. Bellisri has forced him away. Pineapple takes over the touch. Gaga is there now. Nano's getting very close for Chu here. He's going to find the opening pick onto Pineapple, crucially. Now Gaga, he has to back jump. That's the point going the other way of ROC Esports. A player down without control of point. Farway's going to get caught, rotated in there, no way out for him. And they reclaim the point. Nano's for this next fight. Worth noting, Super Rich is closer to the rain and Leinxer is to the beat. Dia fighting for the point here is forced out by Kaneki, and Pineapple actually punishes that recall as well. Winston's trading on point. Nano wants to choice A1. Trying to find him, but Juniper's leap from Farway puts him into the well. The backline from Team CC. They outplay the Nano. And now they flood onto point. Bellisri doesn't have primal. They have no more ults to throw into this one. What a sleep from Farway. Saves his Juno's life. Wins the fight for his team. And now, right back in control. Nano Barrage available for Kaneki on this next fight as well. Choi's going to start leaning over to point. He's got a Barrage as well, but no Nano boost to back it up. Trying to find this early damage onto Farway. Got an angle on the Winston to force Gaga a little bit back as well. Creeps to the other side. Bellisri is going to try and make the move forward. Defensive boop is good from Leinxer, actually. Keeps Gaga off that backline. Bellisri, on the other hand, he is in there. Barrage to try and deal with that one, but the beat comes through from Leinxer. Ult still available for Team CC. Pineapple's getting chased down. Ray comes out. Primal comes out from Gaga now. Bellisri can't find anything. They're walking forward. Molly has died on point. Barrage is still available here. He's got eyes on the Pharah, but he's been forced all the way back. Pineapple will chase him out. And without their Anna, main source of healing gone, but D is able to find an Anna trade out of this one. They've lost control of a point, but they've caught Pineapple as well. Player advantage now for ROC Esports. They're flooding back onto point. Leinxer is with the team. Barrage available for Choi if they get in trouble. Gaga has had his HP traded and they have to back it out. Progress for Team CC, but still some way to go. They've got the Nano available now. Might go Kaneki's way, might go Gaga's way. Nano onto it now, onto the backline. Molly defensive nade, tries to get it, can't get out. Pineapple finish that kill, but Barrage is also traded Team CC. Huge fight swing for them now. They have to play to stall the point, they have to play for trades. D has made his way back around onto that Anna. Farway seems to have that one contained. Kaneki will help him out. One more attempt for ROC Esports on this retake. Bellisri is getting chased back to spawn. Chu nearly has for Nano. Bubble has been used. They need to make their move soon. Dia can help get the touch too. Choi's onto the Echo now. Walking up at the choke, trying to mark for touch. They come in. Nano is going to be slept. Booped further back as well. Disengage is good from Team CC. They're trying to buy time to get to their ultimates. Pineapple is still trying to stall out point. They've given the flip now. Pineapple is low after Recall if they can find him. Bubble comes up from Gaga to try and help him out of that one. Farway has rotated in, so he needs to be careful because the Winston is right there, and Chewy finds the nade on Pineapple. That's both DPS falling. They don't have control of point here, remember, CC. They need to reset quickly. One trade comes out from Gaga, but only one is for Lucio. Now trying to beam down this Winston. Can't catch him. Going into final fight. Veloceria has Primal. Gaga is close and Farway has the Nano. The ults are better for Team CC if they can get to them. They're a little bit short on 4 ults right now. They don't have a lot of time. They're going to have to rush this. Gaga's coming over the choke. Veloceria goes first. He has that Primal. Gaga is playing it slow, allowing them to deal with it. But Veloceria hasn't popped this Primal. The Nano through onto Kaneki now to take some space. Doesn't catch Lengthen with that rocket, though. This Nano has found nothing from Kaneki. They have secured for Touch, at least. And Gaga has got up to the Primal. They catch Dia. But Touch is going to get harder for ROC Esports now. Over onto the Echo. No copy just yet for Choi, but he gets away. Pineapple onto the backline. Chew is low. Defensive nade from Molly. He has the pulse bomb. Pineapple gets the kill. He's still got the pulse, but nade is good. Copy is forced. Tracer out, forces for Recall immediately with that pulse bomb. Pineapple does get traded. Choi has to rush for the touch. Veloceria's Primal has expired. Gaga still has his Barrage on point right now, just looking for the Winston, Ray and Barrage. Barrage finds nothing. Veloceria has stalled it out. Lexa is coming back with beat though. If they can stall this one out, ROC Esports, they have the beat, but they can't. They lose the touch. Don't get that beat off. Don't get a chance to charge that Nano. And Team CC, they win it.
营障是刚出来，然后处是90多能量，万一给 ROC 再稍微小拖一会儿，情况不大就翻了。
对，其实我觉得可能还是在于两边阵容的一个选择上。
Narrow win for Team CC on Garden。
朱诺拿出来之后，他在整体的这个拉扯上面会比对面稍微好一点，所以你可以看到，其实远方有的时候他在被对面抓的时候，如果
Did feel like Pineapple. I'm going to replay that Pineapple clip just as we talk about him. Such a good kill. He's in so deep, no cooldowns. That just throws his pulse bomb out because he knows he's not going to live. At least forces the recall out of the Tracer. And remember, they eventually C9. Would have been a much easier touch for Choi if he didn't have to burn the recall there. More of a same matchup here, but Dia's going to be on Cass this time. Did feel like Pineapple was able to find more opportunities onto Chu than Dia was on the Tracer onto Farway. Dia better on the hit scan heroes than the Tracer. Pineapple was taking control of the right hand side. You see Chu, he actually was on the high ground, but he's dropping down now. Relatively pinned back in. Choi is trying to force point, but Garga's there to respond. They're coming coast now, it looks like, and this is going to open up a flank for Pineapple. Now the dive comes in. It's a little bit short, though. They don't find anything with that dive. Back of the map now for Chu. The limited space to play in. They're bunkering up. Trying to hold on. They deal with Kaneki on the flank. That's an important one. Not enough support from his supports. Pineapple still kills Molly. And Pineapple actually kills Choi as well. What if Pineapple did it all himself? A defensive nade helps him get out too. They've lost control of the flip, but the sleep is good from Farway. They try and pocket him through, but Pineapple is getting full support on the flank here. Bubble comes out. Veloceria is just trying to buy time for his respawns, let them get their Ana back in the fight. Farway has a much quicker nano bow because he has not died so far on Night Market. Pineapple's going left. Dia has moved to the opposite side. He's watching it though. He knows Pineapple was there. Opposite side as the backline from ROC Esports have actually pivoted back round to main to try and find some space. They've run into Gaga here. Veloceria nearly has the Primal. Defensive nade comes through to top him back up. They're not threatening the cap yet. Eyes on Pineapple. No recall. The Ana's committed in. They drop the nano. It's a double nano and Gaga's found one. He's going to get slept up after this though. Gaga still on the back. Will take down everyone. The nano gets good value and the defensive nano allows Farway to live as well. Choi is dived back outside. Primal going for Veloceria. He needs to kill this Ana. He needs kills with this. Giving him a run around into the corner and he will get the kill. Gets out and gets the Mega. Flip goes through. Pineapple connects the pulse. Veloceria straight back onto point. Chu is back with Nano really soon. Bubbles traded, but D is going to break that one a lot quicker. He drops for High Noon as well. DP comes through from Team CC. Trying to avoid it. Jumps in with the Primal. Wants to make Dia's life hard, but he can't find the Juggle. He's taken so much damage, Gaga. The Nano comes through. The Barrage as well. The Barrage finds one kill. Not enough. Chu cleans up two. Farway is now in big trouble. Hits the sleep onto Choi Say one. He turns the kill as well. Now the Ray comes out. The backline from Team CC. Then antied. They were doing so much, but the anti is huge from Chu. Chu trying to kill both of them. He kills all of them. 4 for Chu in that fight. Molly redemption arc. They're back in though. Kaneki gets the finishing blow. They still have control of a point. ROC Esports. They are flooding back in. They're trying to burst down Veloceria. He's so low. Lengthen has beat, but I don't think he's in the fight. No, he is on the fight. He's on the point. Doesn't drop the beat, but they hold on. They trade Kaneki for it. Gargoyle's back to the point. They have the beat to keep this one going. ROC Esports have the ult. They will commit to it. It's going to be a copy Winston first. Not a whole lot for Choi to do, but he stalls out the point. We're going into overtime right now. Now he's got eyes on Vagino. Super Rich is going to give him the slip, but now Super Rich now separated from far away. Gargoyle dies on point. Pineapple is on. Chew with a cleanup kill. Pineapple's desperate for the trade. They have flipped the point, but Pineapple also needs to keep the touch going. He's trying to fight it, but Lex is there with a peel. And Choi will convert the kill. This next touch is going to be beyond difficult for Team CC. It's not just beyond difficult, it's impossible. And we're tied up 1-1. What? That exchange between the backlines, where Farway hits the sleep onto Choi, turns the kill. Super Rich drops for Ray. It looks like the Team CC have clutched it. A huge nade from Molly to get 2 more kills to follow on to his 2 opening kills in that fight. And it's going to come down to control center. Are they just gonna Winston mirror out of respect? This is the worst map for the Winston, and Team CC seem to agree. They will be going on to Hazard instead. Juno Brig alongside it. Pineapple going to TP out of spawn, then swap to Sojourn. It's a Tracer from Choi. The Hazard here wins the frontline battle against the Winston. The Winston has to play more for different targets. Kaneki's going to mark out the Tracer as best he can as well. Forces Choi back a little bit. Playing really slow here, ROC Esports, just back in their main. This allows Pineapple to force point. Now they force the slide out of him. Point about to unlock. Dive into the backline from Gaga. He's naded though in defensive bubble. They let Gaga make the first move, and you see Bella's he just back jumps immediately, drops that bubble off to cut off the healing, and the nade is there to punish. Bella's are low on point. Pineapple has found a trade on Anna, so limited healing now, but they need to help their Brig out of this. No tank of their own, so the bubble is enough to get the space, get the point flip here for ROC Esports. Deal with a late pick as well. Choi with pressure on the left-hand side. Regroups on point, no ults to speak of just yet. Last time we saw Belosria play very reactive with his bubble. He's going to stage on the high ground now. Pineapple will swing main. Full rail in hand. Got the support of his Brig. Belosria will drops the bubble. Pineapple slides back, but is quickly back in main as they swing onto point. They want to chase Belosria out here. Dia still has the high ground position. Kaneki's going to respond to that now. They've lost Gaga again, though. Choi's got 2. Now he's onto the back line. Pineapple is low. Full pocket coming through, but it's not enough to stop Choi picking up that kill as well. Back-to-back fights for ROC Esports, and all their ults are coming up slightly quicker as well. Kaneki has gone over onto the Tracer. Gaga has gone over onto the Winston. The Hazard experiment is dead. Choi is looking for an early pulse bomb. I don't think anyone spotted him either. Yeah, no one spotted Choi. He's not taking any damage. Choi's going to have a free flank here. Pulse bomb comes out, but it's wide. Anti comes in at choke. Anti's done a lot of damage. Full pocket. Primal to try and finish it. Trying to kill Vagino. Vagino so low. The bash is good. Super Rich just about doing enough, but they're still juggled into the corner. They're solo. Another bash. Super Rich has peeled it. They've got the kill on Belosria. Now they can push forward. Great rally from Super Rich. They still have ults to turn it if they want ROC, but they might save it for the retake. Ray from far away. Nano out onto. It's a Nano High Noon coming through. Chew is pushed all the way forward. They found one onto Super Rich. Chew is pushed and killed for Winston. No tank, no problem. And now Choi is good for the cleanup. They've had control of the objective the entire time. And it might just be a Chris Fury situation. Lecter has the beat for this final fight. They're chasing down Kaneki, trying to make this hard. Kaneki dies. Somebody else needs to be responsible for the touch. Super Rich is getting peppered by Dia on the way through. Farway has gone onto an emergency Moira, but he's 1 HP walking through main. Pineapple has the overclock for backline so low. The beat comes through. Chew doesn't get the beat, but it doesn't matter because they are all over this overclock. Dink onto Kaneki. The pulse bomb does get out. It will be rolled. And they win the first map, ROC Esports.
在第1张小图结束之后啊，他们把整个的速度，我们说的还是很准。除了老陈这样，包括我们在
Actual Chris Fury, I know. Good map though.
我们前2后3整体其实你
Just how rich is he? Super rich.
把自己该做事情做到，你要跳我 OK， 我后3完美处理。
Good map. All right. It feels like we've started proper now. ROC Esports come out on top.
对，其实右上角都能看到。对，而那个时候。
你就看到 Team CC 的辅助这边好有钱和远方做的事情就显得更多了。
对，
但一旦 Belloria 和初血版能够把 Team CC 这边
I think Belloria probably known more for his Winston and like Ball and anything else.
Has
played a variety of heroes though. Like I think as far as solo tanks go.
我们可以看到 CC 这边想拿锁军去配合自己家，还在去打爆发、打激活。但是
As far as like solo tanks go, Belloria has
非常谨慎。
yeah, like a pretty wide hero pool.
像迪亚这种老卡系，他一定是会赌着跟你去打。
Thank you, Jin. Welcome back.
害在现场是不可能把我打死的，我会有后排的保护，我有卡奇蒂翻滚，我有6连，根本不怕。
Hey Insanity.
小图就是比较有意思。前面2张温斯顿的图可以说是打了个5开。
ROC winning this?
结果第3张图是
Don't know. I'm a CC believer still.
温斯顿的地图。对 ，ROC 还拿了温斯顿，但
Very close first map. I mean, maybe not a close control center.
所以我觉得可能还是在于迪亚这方面。
Felt like ROC had a clear read of how they wanted to play versus the Hazard.
他在这种中近距离的爆发、接招以及他的生存。
Happy to let Belloria play sort of his own position a little bit wide. Then if Gargod tries to make the first move aggressively, all of a sudden Belloria is jumping back, bubbling, cutting off the supports, and they're using the nade for sleep, throwing those Ana cooldowns into Hazard. We often talk about the Hazard perk, the Ana perks, like the Groggy perk, the bouncing nade, everything like this, as a, mainly the Groggy perk though, as a punisher for Ball, but it's also very good for punishing Hazard and Doomfist as well. Because unlike Winston, who can bubble it, or D.Va that can matrix it and has a form of counterplay versus this cooldown, and the block doesn't do anything against the sleep on Doomfist or Hazard. So the Groggy perk is actually very effective. So the Groggy perk into the nade can provide you a reliable way to punish these tanks instead, which is part of the reason when Ana's in play we also see so much Winston. Yeah, it doesn't even need the sleep there. I think the reverse is true as well, whereas Belloria had a clear playstyle in terms of how he wanted to play versus the Hazard. Quite happy to play a counter dive style essentially in a lot of situations. Also have to recognize that if I'm Team CC, I shouldn't worry as much about getting on backline immediately. I don't want to just first tempo onto backline. I should be quite happy to bully their Winston around, chase Belloria around the map, make him disengage, make him only use defensive bubbles, and then I can win through control of space and get my DPS into more meaningful positions rather than having to rely on what Hazard is also good at, but engaging onto these backlines. Now, it's not always black and white, different situations, play the field in front of you and all that, but felt like ROC Esports had a better read of that matchup once we got over onto Control Center. The dive v dive though, when it was just Winston Ana versus Winston Ana, you know, some Lucio from Lexa, Juno from Super Rich, honestly felt like it could have gone either way. Impressive performance from Molly as well. Still, we see Molly getting traded a lot, but I think some of this, and it was true in the earlier series as well, some of it is just the nature of Ana Lucio. If you're gonna play Ana Lucio, you've made your Ana's life harder. Into the Mauga that we've maybe seen earlier on in the stage, it's not too bad because you kind of need the speed just to try and give your Ana a bit of a chance, and other heroes can be quite tricky into it as well. Other support heroes, that is. But I think once you play it into like this Winston, when you're playing it into a Winston Tracer type comp, your Ana's life does get very fragile. Chu still made the plays when he was able to, but also got traded, I think, a bit more consistently than Farway did. Do you think Freya will become meta when she finally comes in? No idea, really. I've only not really played her that much. I've only played against her a little bit. Lots of people are saying she's really strong. So, I mean, track record with new hero releases. With Kiriko, Sojin, maybe Mauga's the exception here. Hazard, right? Is that they come out pretty bloody strong. You flinch here in the first 3 seconds of this song now. Every time you open Overwatch. Yeah, Lifeweaver's a good exception as well. Juno back in the follows the trend camp. Tried Ana Lucio and scrims on like Cerebas and Esperanza. It makes my life a lot harder on Yana. Yeah, it also makes your Lucio's job really hard as well. I think it's no surprise that when we see Lucio often played, we're talking about heroes like Kiri or something played alongside it. where the Kiriko has a lot of independent ways to play her own life and look after herself. Mauga exception? Yeah. I mean, Mauga did eventually come heavy into the meta, but not when he released. Like, when we first saw Mauga in Pro Overwatch, he'd been out for like a few months already, if I remember right. What might be true is that actually Mauga was released kind of busted, but it just took people a while to figure it out. So yeah, I think there's we're really in really reasonable chance Freya comes out super strong, but I don't mind it really. Like, a new hero comes out, they're super strong, they get played in a bunch of different areas. I think it's actually quite good, right? When you want a new hero release, you want this to be like front and center of the marketing. But so if it's played in a lot of the games, I think you're really happy with that. It's new, it's shiny. People want to see it. There was like I'm trying to remember. There was like Mauga came out, wasn't that bad. Then they buffed him, I think, and he was super broken for maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, and then they nerfed him pretty swiftly afterwards again. And so by the time the actual Stage 1 finals happened, we saw bits of Mauga, but we'd kind of gone back towards a lot more Ram. If I remember right, but that was all way at the start of last year, so who knows? Went to Orisa? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it happens every time there is a new thing release. Is the best way to get engagement is to come out really for or really against, rather than just the reality being that most of the time with these things, nobody bloody knows. I think I've used this example before, but whenever we would experience new patches, new heroes, new maps, anything like that, new modes on London or on any team, is we wouldn't overthink the best way to play, the best blah blah. Just get into the server, let the players play, figure it out as you go along. The best way to learn is through doing. The best way to figure these new things out is by doing. Seeing what feels good, seeing what feels bad. Go like that, you know? Try the new things, but just wait and see. I think it's quite hard a lot of the time. Think how many heroes are in Overwatch, how complicated and messy the game can be. Just figure it out, rather than it's impossible to theory craft these things that far in advance. Yeah, it's the same with a lot of things like Hazard. Like, remember when Hazard was originally super strong, and they did a bit of tuning, I think. But ultimately, what pushed Hazard out of the meta was some of the nerfs, but also people just got better at playing against Hazard. When Hazard first came out, if you had a good Hazard on your team, your Hazard could just 1v5 and would just carry the game for you. But that became harder and harder because as people played against Hazard more, they get better at dealing with Hazard's cooldowns, they get better at negating and surviving situations that Hazard will try and put them in, they get better at avoiding wall, all stuff like this. You know, the more you play against a hero, the better you get against playing against it, and then all of a sudden, the new hero, invariably, when something's new, think of any game you play, right? Any game you play, when you encounter a new hero or something you've not come up against before, it's harder, because there's a period of learning, and I think that happens with all new heroes. I think sometimes they end up changing numbers a little bit before that. But, you know, you give people time and experience and multiple iterations through ranked and scrims and all of this, matches. People will figure these things out pretty quickly because, I mean, they want to. It's partly it's their job, but also it's integral to their success to figure it out. All right, let's crack another cold one. Keep the caffeine coming, because we are ramping up right now, and we're ramping up to Route 66.
我感觉如果两边是温斯顿出门的话，那这个半迪吧，我感觉还挺抽象的，因为嘎嘎确实也不擅长迪吧。
Don't expect this to really shift for compositions massively. Feels like both teams more than happy to play the Winston. Both teams more than happy to play the Ana. So we get a Route 66. And I don't think either team is feeling too bad about this situation. We're going to get more of what we saw on Lijiang Tower. Going to be defense first for ROC Esports and a Kiri in question. Worth noting, D.Va and Brig have been banned. Team CC have banned the Brig. Super Rich will be playing the Kiri instead. We saw Super Rich play the Juno on Lijiang Tower. So flexibility has been accomplished here by Super Rich. Always a question when you come to main supports. Legs is going to play the Kiriko as well. So eyes on the backlines here. How well they can handle these situations, especially the main support players. Going to be Cass versus Hanzo as well, but before any of that starts, Kaneki's going to fall. Legs is going to get a kill, gets the better of Super Rich on this side as well, and Pineapple will have to slow it down. Still taking opportunities. Any trade will be big for the attackers here in terms of breaking the spawn camp. Fishing for opportunities, Pineapple. Hanzo not too bad in this matchup, really. Ability to burst the bubble, ability to punish for Winston, lots of damage. Counter jump from Bellasria, just trying to keep him contained at the choke. But they got the car up to the first corner at least here. Bellasria will back jump. Keep your eye on Choose Nano Charge, though, because he's already at 20. He's already at 80%, 20% to go. Jump in from Gaga, takes a lot of damage there. Counter jump by Bellasria, and they are more than happy. Same style they were playing into the hazard here. Bellasria will just punish this Winston if he can. Happy to play the counter jump game. Now they're pushing forward for late kills. They'll catch Pineapple. Super Rich playing for a duel on this high ground. Can't find him. Will be forced back. Reset now, minute and 20 seconds off the clock. Farway is up to a Nano as well, so it'll be a Nano turn for both teams. Very much expecting these both to go on to the respective Winstons. Look at the primal difference, though. Bellasria double Gaga's ultimate charge right now. Nano comes in, roll back from Dia. They've conceded for high ground. Bubble goes quite deep. Defensive nade onto Dia. He takes care of Super Rich, who went all in with Gaga on that dive, and Dia's just going to rotate away from it onto Pineapple. They've lost Choi in the middle, but they still have this Nano. Now it comes onto Bellasria. He has the primal to keep going all over this Hanzo. The Team CC, they're just trying to live. More damage on, but Bellasria has to reload. No right click to finish that kill. They survive the Nano engage, and Team CC can go again. Pressure onto point as they come through main as well. Difficult range to fight a Hanzo from Dia, so he's going to drop to point instead. Jump, bubble onto Bellasria. His primal's going to get forced here. He has to put the primal. Gaga is low, though, doesn't have his primal yet. That ult charge ends up being a difference maker. Trying to get a juggle in Bellasria, but will be content. Content with one. Takes for Tracer. Even more content with two. And they continue the hold. Choice A1 taking the duel with Super Rich on the side. He's down to a bar of HP. Reset comes in. Primal advantage now for Gaga. That has to do it into a high noon. Can negate a lot of that value. Pineapple swinging on the Hanzo, but he had to find any meaningful picks here, really, Pineapple. Bellasria's going to go. Links to find Super Rich. They go with the Kitsune Rush first, and they just delete this backline here. High noon in the back, and Dia's just charging it up. Gaga is in deep. Won't pop the primal. Saved his one for the last fight. 5 ultimates. 5 ultimates. For Team CC. Couldn't have a better opportunity. But a big nade, a pulse bomb from Choi. Still things that can go wrong. 50 seconds left on the clock for Team CC to make this one work. Choi is in position. Pressure onto Pineapple. They have Suzu for the pulse, remember, so Choi needs to find that cooldown before he can have the opening. Now it comes out. Defensive Nano comes through. Survives Kaneki's pulse bomb. Choi's pulse bomb doesn't find anything. The Primal is now out, but he's sleeping. Suzu to wake him up, but Super Rich is in trouble. He'll die after that. They trade it still, though. Pineapple's got all the space on the high ground. He has been nanoed as well. They found a lot of kills here. Pineapple is going to get back on, or sorry, it's Kaneki getting back on point. They chase Choi out lower. Are they trying to play for a recontest here? Lexa is there behind with Choi. Recall has been forced. They're trying to clean up these kills behind. Super Rich has come back. Gaga is low. The Suzu does allow him to get that kill. Lexa's going to find a trade. Gaga can deal with that one as well. They need to get back on point. Pineapple is low. They've been pulled out of position. Bellasria nearly has primal. They're really not out of the woods yet. 10% short. They do get the kill. Skin of their teeth here, Team CC. The Venture will come out for one more. Pineapple will shut down Dia. Skin of their teeth they get through here. Looking for a late kill if they can. Lexa will Suzu and TP out. And Team CC get another chance here on this second. Low on ultimates. Pineapple's going to have a Dragon Strike, but, you know, only so much you can expect to happen with that. Belosria has made his way underneath here with Troy and Bale, looking for the backline all over far away. Defensive nade comes out, but doesn't save him at all. As a three-man dive squad, Lexa and Troy are just here with Belosria, getting the work done. Troy is going to stay behind Belosria and Lexa. They are all behind him right now, surrounded currently Team CC. No Ana to heal them up as well. They'll regroup in Belosria's bubble and set up a more standard hold-up at choke this time. Didn't have to use any ultimates, but Pineapple, an opening pick, would be waiting for something like this. Pineapple finds one, the dive in from Belosria. He has Primal, remember, so they can keep going here. Bubble has been broken. Super Rich is low. They're coming in. Sleep is good. They'll put a chunk of damage onto him here. Pulse Bomb comes out as well, I think. Yeah, Pulse Bomb went out on him as well, but the Suzu gets him out of a lot of trouble. Belosria will live to tell the tale. And Lexa will clean up the rest of this fight for him. Hold at the choke. More time off the clock, and we're really into a low time bank again. Team CC are about to have 4 of their ultimates. They do have ult advantage. But we have Chu with this nano. Double nano is available. Might just be a defensive order to Dia as well, negate that. But no, it's a nano onto Belosria all over this. Hanzo, no escape for Pineapple. Now coming back to deal with it. Gaga has found a trade on the other side. Gaga has Primal to keep going as well. Belosria is trying to live. Gaga drops for Primal. Deals with one. Clears away for Tracer. Looking for more kills. Now his attention onto Belosria. Forces him out of a bubble. Chases him. One more leap away, but they are all over Belosria. They'll get that late kill. And we're approaching the last 25 seconds. They have one more chance here, Team CC. But they did that pretty economically. 1 ult for 1 ult. Pineapple now has a Dragon Strike. We talked about this ult isn't that impactful. On this choke here where you're trying to snowball, you can stop the backline peeking for a very long time. Looks like D is going to come out bottom left from Pineapple's perspective. Sonic is out top right though. Super Rich is going to be forced to TP back. Dragon Strike now onto the Ana, but they've lost Super Rich here. Pineapple's going to drop, forces for recall. They have got to keep the payload moving. Gaga's got the nano and he's found a kill with it. He jumps back, trying to regroup on point. Here comes Belosria. Kitsune rush on point. Super Rich died, remember, so he can't mirror that Kitsune rush. Chu finds one onto Pineapple. They have to keep point contested right now. 2 more kills on the high ground. Super Rich, he's nearly back, but it might be too little too late. Farway has to go for the touch, but he can't get it. Whew.
对于这个ROC 来讲，他们全程贯彻的东西其实是非常简单的。其实我们可以看到两边在阵容上面。
Cheers Unbound.
但是两边的目的讲道理来说应该是一样的，而且说实话，单纯的
Somebody's watched Uncoachable.
这段距离上面，半藏其实应该要比卡西多更多的机会的。但是
Good hold though. What was that? Just shy of second. They didn't really get it around the final corner that much. What are we talking about hero-wise? If enemy monkey is human, oh, we're talking about the hit scan selection. Yeah, I don't hate the Hanzo. I think Cass is probably better, but. Maybe even Ash, but yeah, I feel like Sojin is not really. It's better if it's what do you call it? If it's more like a Winston Kiri Lucio type thing. But I think yeah, finding meaningful kills can be hard. Your burst damage on the Winston isn't as high as a Cass or a Hanzo or even an Ash. And we got another bloody LARPer. Got no time for LARPers. Well, not most LARPers. People who LARP as Koreans on the internet. Okay. Forward hold now for ROC Esports. Oh, sorry for Team CC. They're going to go with Ash Farah actually. So actually, it's probably not going to be too much of a forward hold. Just Gaga going to stand up a little bit. We'll get cleared out. We'll back jump. And they're going to play more for this slower fight. More for this slower fight around the main choke. Play for their DPS's line of sight. The key here is, can they get Troy into a meaningful position to dive backline and connect on the targets Belosria wants to? We've seen Bellisri have a lot of success so far in this Winston meta by playing sort of second tempo, essentially, just playing to counter-jump the enemy Pharah. But now you're on the attack, at a certain point you have to take space. Super Rich is dueling him underneath, and Super Rich has been having a bit of a rough time of it trying to play the Kiri here. Obviously would be much more comfortable on the Brig. Bubble at the choke, sleep onto Bellisri. He's so low, they do get the kill. I was worried they messed up the execution there. Bellisri will lose his head. And a good first hold for Team CC. Shua's built most of this nano. Farway is not too far behind. And we'll be getting up to the next nano exchange. D is going to move on to the cast now. Super Rich again fighting this flank side. Should get forced out by Choi. He's actually got pockets, so he's kept the position for now, Super Rich. Bellisri are down to half HP. Happy to take this damage, though, to make sure they get that nano from Chu. Now the turn for Bellisri with this nano to go. Coach gun from Pineapple will be integral here. If he can boop him down, it'll be big. Super Rich dies on the flank again. He's having a bad run. And Gaga dies in main. They don't even need the nano. Oh, it's a crumble from Team CC. Super Rich he's trying to play a lot of these wide positions, support his Tracer, take his duels. But he's becoming a bit of a liability for Team CC. Pineapple looking to re-PK. Will for Bob to help them on this contest. You see Kaneki trying to snipe back. It's going to be an early nano from Bellisri, but they're quite far back. Kaneki is low. No heals in the air. Now he's all over Super Rich 2 for Bellisri before it even starts. Gaga has got a trade kill, but it's too little too late. Farway has rotated his way in here. Where are we going? Farway and Gaga are still here. Farway on the high ground. Troy has to go get the Mega. Bellisri is going to go deal with that Ana now. Gaga has survived this whole ordeal, but it's too low and too low on players to actually contest it. So we're on to second point already. 4 minutes on the clock for ROC Esports. Plenty of time to work with. Only had to use the Nano and the Pulse to secure that first point. Lots of ults for Team CC, but the problem for Team CC has been less the ult exchanges and more just exactly this. Super Rich getting caught early on the fight. Choi finds another opening pick. Now no Kitsune rush in this exchange. Lexa can force them all back. Pineapple with a crucial trade. Kaneki is low in DP, but the Primal, where are we going, Pineapple? The Bob just come out on point. Buys valuable time as Bellisri looks for more. The Team CC, they might just be looking, oh no, they're going in barrage. So much damage too for Kaneki. I thought they were just going to trade that Bob for the Primal and be happy with it. The barrage bails them out. Kaneki finds the ability to connect with the backline, converts 2 kills off that. DPS ults bail them out. Double support ult now for Team CC as well as this Primal. ROC Esports are just a little bit low on ults. So the challenge here for Team CC, they have the ults to win the fight. They just need to win them as efficiently as possible. Super Rich will get poked out again. Kaneki's kind of low. Pineapple has to be careful with the peek here. Bubble at the choke, and Kaneki's actually found Chu and gets Suzu'd out. I think maybe TP'd in for that one, Super Rich, so has to be careful. Nano comes out as well. Oh, sorry, maybe the Nano was already out. Maybe I got the Nano kill. Maybe I'm lying to you. Dive onto the high ground for Bellisri to take a little bit of space. They're marking it. Legs has been forced to TP out. He's low after TP as Diaz tries to force the payload forward. They're taking this fight when Varana's not really in position to heal yet. So Legs is going to drop the Kitsune rush. Has to try and play his own life. A very chaotic one for ROC Esports. They're all low underneath, but Team CC haven't converted any of the kills. Gargar's going to take the high ground. Pulse Bomb is out and good onto Kaneki. TP out from Super Rich. He's super low. Farway is still on the high ground, but he's now fighting a Tracer. He needs all sorts of help. Nade comes out. Choi is low. Farway wants the kill. Can't convert it. But payload didn't move a lot during all of this. They hold on to the Primal, at least Team CC for this retake. But a Nano and a High Noon. Bellisri nearly has his own Primal. I think if I'm ROC Esports, I'm really considering a defensive Nano to burn through this. Burn through this Primal, keep ourselves and keep our backline in a good position. Gaga's going to jump out, has to drop that bubble quite early as they try and clear his flank. Pineapple is back on the Sombra, but Bellisri is on his case. He's just going to get the kill. Easy for Bellisri. Him and Lex will TP out. High Noon on the point in the meantime. Gaga's going to have to come help. We are approaching the cap right now. Gaga's going to have to respond. Primal comes out. Can he find the value? Flashbang. Defensive Nano onto Dia. Now he has to run. Bellisri has got value with his own Primal, and Dia just Nano boosted on point. Walking forward. Gaga comes flying in. Fan the hammer to finish him off. And ROC Esports will finish this one off. 2 for ROC Esports in a row. And the situation is looking a little bit dire for Team CC. Similar matchups on both maps. Last chance to pick a map here for Team CC, so they have to really consider
果 TC 这个还没有过去，我 TC 全回来。
Have to consider
我有一个小问题啊
changing the type of matchup we
我
have.
觉得第一张图和第二张图 Team CC 的思路是一样的。你用卡西迪的话，我用射程比你更长的英雄。
对，这个处理方式我觉得没问题。
法老之鹰、半藏、艾什手都比卡西迪长。
对，
但问题是打这个阵容的话，其实坦克不用一个机动的这种。
我觉得
Super Rich got money.
非常的正确，就是
Yeah, I mean
处理这种时候，我已经
the actual
为什么还需要
the actual big difficult bits of the matchup in terms of dealing with the ult trades, dealing with these big dives and these powerful combos like the Nano Barrage and stuff. Feels like they did a pretty reasonable job. Just felt like they lost Super Rich so many times early in the fight. And then they're just playing on the back foot, they're playing a player down. It's forcing them to ult more if they want to in certain situations. It's forcing them to lose fights for free.
然后 B 点的那个位置也是前点的这个左右边呢都有这个位置给你留着的，而且那个角度或者那个距离，双小手打起来，尤其是法老军打得贼舒服。
实际上 Team CC 一直想去管迪亚这个卡西迪，我觉得有点中计了。
对，刚好中计，因为对面就是等着你过来。
He's super rich but super dead.
过去之后
Let's hope he's got good life insurance, man.
TC 联动给打出来，刚好就阻护了这一波瓶子的进攻，然后
激速6连。
6连激素资源全部给卡西迪。卡西迪这个英雄从他设计到现在，或者在这个
Is there a reason Super Rich gets dead named but not Molly? Because how do you say Hyokuyan? Well, Hyokuyan means Super Rich. Molly has changed his name to Chu. Hyokuyan is just Super Rich in Chinese. And it's a simplicity of saying it when I think everyone knows who I mean. These beneficiaries are super rich now. Pass on the wealth. Molly was always Chu? What's he mean? What is Chu? And he's been good for it actually, right? I feel like Molly felt like the liability in previous some of the games we've watched. I say liability like they didn't win all the games anyway, but felt like a person getting traded quite often. But honestly, you saw both teams trying to play a pretty similar style where their carries would play very aggressively with the Tracer Winston essentially as a third diver. This is probably the style we see Violet use the most use, or most commonly use. But Super Rich getting punished for a lot of these positions. Getting in a lot of these fights. Lecter, on the other hand, holding his own, most importantly, not getting traded, but still managing to support Belosria and Troy in a lot of these dives.
国服回归，赛事重启。2025国服赛区已正式成为守望先锋冠。
He's not as rich as my bronze tour though. I mean, who is Jason? Who is?
在前年的3场全球线下赛事中展开竞逐。
Hyped up. That's the closest and most important. I mean, it's still important, right? The importance hasn't been overblown. The closeness. Map 1 was good. Map 1 was good, but the gap felt bigger on Route 66 for sure. If it's all 3-0s, then one of the 3-0s is the closest one still. You're right. I might have him on a technicality. Might have him on a technicality.
此前，从公开预选赛中脱颖而出的8支战队，也将会在这里展开强对决。在3月27日正式开启的常规赛中，8支战队将根据公开预选赛的成绩，被分为2个小组进行组内循环赛，各小组前3名直接晋级第一赛段季后赛。不同于公开预选赛，从常规赛开始，每场比赛。
I missed the message. What are you saying? My friend was a big Charge fan and messaged all of the players in the Discord, and Choi was the only one to respond. Ah, nice guy, Choi.
6支战队将会开启残酷的单败淘汰。 并在最后一场 FT4 赛制的决赛中决出胜负。
Do OWCS cast prefer double flashing of the other perk? I've not been keeping a massive eye on it, but I presume they too. What's it called? Is it combat dueling? I'll get you the official name out. Respect. Oh, gunslinging. Where did I get combat dueling from? I'll just make up my own names. Has there been any not 3-0s in OWCS China? Not yet, Ice. Not yet, but maybe. This is our best hope. This is our best hope. Yeah, I think if I remember right, most have been doing the gunslinging and the one that's the ult refund. I think I'll find the names now and out of respect as well. Oh, the past noon. Because the past noon was buffed right from 30% to 40% as well.
了解更多冠军系列赛国服赛区赛事信息，请大家持续关注官网和各大平台，以获取最新资讯。3月27日，我们赛场见。
The Fan Hammer one is so weird. Gunslinging is the one where you get basically a shorter cooldown on your roll if you hit a headshot. The Fan Hammer one feels so weird to play. And it's always weird, like, because there's... Gonna mention TF2 again. But there was the same thing in TF2 when it was a pistol. It was fast firing, but it was basically just how many, you know. So there was a skill to being able to click your mouse fast enough. Gunslinger sounds shit. I think the Gunslinger's really good. You get a faster roll cooldown if you hit a headshot. Hit a couple of dinks, get a free roll. Here we go again. It was just a quick one, Simon. Just a quick one.
刚刚其实我跟老师在下来，我们俩激烈讨论下张图应该怎么选，应该搬什么。
You pretty much have to bind mouse wheel to spam. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing a lot of... yeah, I still tap, but a lot of people did the same thing in TF2 where they just added it to scroll wheel, just because it's quicker. The alternative to Gunslinger is you get not 2 flashbangs, but when you use your flashbang, it throws 2 flashbangs. So it's still just 1 cooldown, but you get... It throws 1 and then 1 a little bit further.
选手其实经验都比较多的，他们在面对到这种情况下，其实应该讲道理，应该是能想到对面的打法、自己的解决方法的。所以很奇怪，为什么他们在处理这个时候的这个动作会比较慢。
另外再给大家强调一下，这场比赛为什么是个直接的门票之争啊？先看一下数据。
哦呦，
伤害、治疗都差不多，但是问题是，你看这个阵亡数就差很多了。
一般来到这种带机制的地图的时候，有的时候这个数据就会异化你整个队伍。
哎，这个异化非常。
That sounds worse. Yeah. I mean, it's like a perk, right? But it's not a big difference maker. I always take the Deadeye perk instead of a Fan Hammer perk because I'd rather just have a regular Fan. Yeah, because it kind of feels like you just get passive value as well. You don't have to think about it too much. You don't have to change your playstyle necessarily. You just get ult more often, which really isn't a bad thing. Even if it's a quite low value ult compared to a lot of others.
一个是突进的思路，就比如说去杀低亚或者杀处，
对
这个思路。那这个思路后排可以用什么卢西奥啊、雾子啊这种提速，而且前排可以用狗，像他们最后换出的那个黑影裂空这种阵容。那如果要用法老之鹰加艾什
，Yeah, well, I think what we have seen, to be fair, we've seen a lot more casters dying in High Noon because they're walking up they're trying to use the full cast to get the refund, and then they overstay their welcome. And they get punished for it. But I imagine some of that is just teething problems of getting used to the new way, or like a change of the way you use it slightly. Yeah, just do it from Narnia. Just get the zoning or use it for a retake for space. Yeah, just use it in like a lot of the time with these ults, if they're just relatively low value ones, you don't have to do anything don't try and do anything fancy with it. Don't like go above and beyond trying to get like crazy value or crazy high noon flanks or whatever. If you just keep consistently clearing the space, helping your team on retakes, helping your team secure objectives, it's really
夜视对，拿同样的一个题打赢你3张图了。作为对手来讲，这个时候应该也已经察觉到了对面想干什么。那么在这种情况下，这一张地图就是下一张地图就非常重要了。
对面想干什么？就是接温斯顿。
对，然后当我把你温斯顿
yeah, it has to full duration expire. Because you don't even get it if you cancel, right? Like even if you just cancel it without firing, you still don't get the refund. I think that would be a good change to it. That you can cancel it and you still get the refund. Because then that actually feels like you've got a few more options.
对，我们刚才在捋剩下的所有的地图啊，剩2个地图类型，大白图是埃斯佩兰萨和斗兽场，这我觉得没什么好选。
Yeah, Overwatch 1, yeah. Just used to give, I used to hand it out for free, but it's at a premium now.
所以最后呢
，All right, Team CC gonna ban the Pharah. I see a lot of teams run Pharah, especially on this first point. ROC Esports going to ban Lucio. Feels like they're pretty keen to target Super Rich as much as possible. Take the Lucio away from him. Will he just play Brig on this occasion? Do they just play like an Ana Brig version here? Ana Juno, maybe? Super Rich looked better on the Juno than he did for Kiri, for sure. It's not the only problem we're having. It's not all on Super Rich's doorstep. I feel like Bellisri is still getting the better of the Winston. I don't know if it was true. It felt like it was true, honestly. I mean, it's always, you know what they say about judging the level of Overwatch. Whenever you're just stomping a team, I guess your players always look good. Has once again versus ROC? Yeah, I don't think so. At least not in the group stage for sure. Not in the qualifiers last weekend, if I remember right. And I don't know about before that in the Swiss. Alright. Oh, I should sit up. Come on, mate. Oh, lock in. Alright, playing for their lives here, Team CC. Playing for their lives. And it's going to be Anson. Anson? Come on, mate. Pretend you're trying. Ana Brig Winston. Bubbles exchange. Flash is going to be avoided by Gaga. He drops down to the low ground, but Choi is all over him. Denies the Mega as well. Oh, wait, no, doesn't. Gaga gets away with it. Now forced back out. Back onto the high ground, but Dira has taken all this space while Gaga has been on the run for his life. ROC Esports have exploited it. Walked onto the high ground and taken all of that space. More pressure, and they'll get all the cleanup kills for this as well. No trades, ROC Esports will get the first cap. Slight nano advantage here for Farway, but not a huge one. We're talking single-digit percents. Questions for Team CC, obviously, as we end up in the Winston Mirror one more time. A matchup they've lost twice now in back-to-back maps. Retake from the right-hand side. Gaga's going to jump onto point. Drop straight back down. Cast fall-off changes will help him a little bit on this point, but will still be away from lethal damage. They're trying to clear out Choi first initially. Kaneki is quite deep behind as well. Pineapple is going to creep onto the point, take this duel with Dia, but Dia is good for it. Wins that duel. Now they walk forward, damage onto Super Rich. They're trying to follow that one up. Farway's going to get dinked as well. Free for Dia. Not missing. Little finger guns there. And they are looking good for this. There is a potential retake, but Kaneki's awfully low. And not just, he will live, but he's used a lot of his cooldowns. So Team CC, they need to move quickly. They do have the nano with which to do it. Trying to mark the touch. Looks like Gaga is coming from main. They pinged him though. They know Gaga's coming. He's over the top. Will trigger the overtime. They kill Lexa actually. The nade is good. Now they go down and the nano was used defensively onto Dia. He's going to drop the high noon. He finds one. Belisria is 10% away from Primal. Gaga is so low. What if Dia just did it all? He's getting double peaked now. Pineapple and Farway combined to take him down. Belisria is still roaming around trying to play his life and get out here. We'll keep holding this left-hand side. Bubbles early. We'll be able to get to that Primal if he gets in trouble. Spots Pineapple maybe a little bit split. We'll drop this Primal, but he needs kills. Flashbang comes through. High Noon as well. He slept. Pulse Bomb High Noon. He's executed. Belisria tries to do it all by himself, but Team CC, they deal with him. They hit him with the CC. Gonna get a quick replay of that one. Oh, there's a replay of Vidia 3K. Chasing up. Clean shots at the end here. Dink, dink. Easy as that. Back live now. Gaga has primal advantage. Super Rich is going to drop the rally to start. They're walking forward. Counter rally comes out from Lexa, but Gaga has the primal to keep going. Might just let the rally from Lexa expire before he goes in. Belisria has been killed by the primal in the meantime. Gaga's actually going to try and hold this primal if he can. And ROC Esports can't force it. And they're going to have one more retake, but Belisria's only just spawned. You can see Team CC, they're happy to fight far forward. Make this touch as hard as possible, but Choi is going to be able to get the touch. Walks on, Farway will peek him. One body shot, he's trying to flip the point. Gaga is in main during all of this. Pineapple has to be careful, he's walking into him. Couple more touches for Choi, he's too low, someone needs to get the next touch. Overtime is going to be triggered now by Belisria, but he dies, they need to get back on point. But Primal ends up doing its job. You saw Choi was able to trigger the touch, but off camera, what was happening is Gaga and the rest of Team CC were hitting them and spawning. Team CC recover.
咱说回来 ，CC 是真有自信啊，0比2落后赛点局跟对面打镜像，
真的大心脏，我只能说大心脏，
只能说大心脏，真敢打。
Trying to catch for backline here. Pineapple's in trouble. Pulse bomb on the floor though. Nade comes through onto Bellisria. They can turn that kill and a Nano to keep going. They want all the kills right now. Chu has got no escape. D is going to fall as well. No trades. This all happens before the point unlocks though, but they'll win that first fight. Get first cap. Had to burn the Nano for it. It's not the highest value Nano. And Chu will have Nano advantage coming back. Dia has the high noon. Could be a defensive Nano onto the cast. They've certainly used it more on the side of ROC than they have on Team CC. Poking Gaga out, forcing the back jump. Nade's going to come through. Catches. Super rich. Pulse bomb though onto Chu. No chance to use the Nano. They double down. Choicer has found a kill right back. One support down a piece. High noon from Dia to clear the point. They're not forcing objective that much. Now they're going to start forcing the objective. 1 second left of the high noon. Touch comes through from Kaneki. Burns his cooldowns. Gaga is back in. He's awfully low. Pineapple with a counter high noon. But they've lost 2 players. They're walking up. They've conceded the flip. Pineapple was pushing for more kills. Here comes the cavalry though. And Dia is bailed out of that one by his team. So much space that they got with Dia's high noon there. Able to find the kills on either side. Holding close now. They have Nano and Primal. Silver lining to Chu dying so early in the fight before he uses Nano is they get to save it for the next fight. So when they win it anyway, the economy swings in their favour. Super Rich nearly has the rally ready to go. Nano available for Chu. Far away. Building up to his Nano as well. They want to wait for the Nano before they really commit to this one, CC. Nade comes through, catches Dia. Nano to chase it down. Defensive Nano is there. Dia's getting full pocket. Oh, Gaga's committed to this, but he doesn't have the Primal. Pineapple's found a kill on point. Gaga has survived, but a sliver of HP. So they're having to slow it down a little bit. Bellisria is going to get slept up. He's woken immediately, though. Gaga is regrouped with his team, being topped back up, and now they can start forcing point with this next bubble. Forced all the way back. Nade catches 2 players here, and actually Lexus spots an opportunity. He wants to get involved. A little bash in, a little bash out as the rallies are traded. Pulse bomb, High Noon coming back out. Looking for it, doesn't find anything. Counter High Noon from Pineapple right now. Trying to boop him into it, trying to swing him on the corner. They're hiding on the coast. Dia walks out, takes the damage. So low now, and Pineapple will finish off 2. And Team CC, they've scrapped their way. Scrapped their way back into this one. Touch-wise, it's looking really hard. They're holding forward as well, Team CC. And they're just going to concede it. They're gambling that it's going to be Fountain. But sometimes when you gamble, you lose. The only way to solve that is to keep on gambling. Go to the wrong side of the map. And now we're going to be moving over to point D. Gaga sets up on the high ground here with Kaneki. Looking for their opportunity. Pineapple will be pinging and calling when they walk through. They're going to rotate to point now, actually, as Kaneki's going to go for a deeper flank. Looking for his engage. Jump in. Pulse bomb is there. Doesn't get the kill, though. Bellisria has, Gaga has the Primal to keep going. Sleep will come out. Chu is 1 HP. The Sleep just about saves his life. Now coming back, Gaga has to get out of here. He actually catches Lexa on his way out. 1-for-1 trade, though, so tank advantage available. This means ROC can start bullying the point on their bubble timing. They've got their Tracer behind onto the Cass as well, and Pineapple's got no peel at all. The rest of his backline are busy dealing with this Nano Winston. Trying to catch the Brig on the way out. Super Rich is going to get cut off. Bubble there to separate the healing. And they will take control of point D. Primal for the next fight as well for Bellisria, alongside this Pulse Bomb. They can hold aggressively again. You see Kaneki's on left-hand side to force Bellisria out of his staging area. Will be forced to the other side. Pineapple will try and get him out of this one as well. Needs to be wary of these nade timings. Molly has a good nade. There we go. Pineapple baits it out. Now a chance to walk. Poking out this Winston. Nade round the corner onto Bellisria. They want to force this early Primal. Need to save for Sleep for that Primal. Here comes said Primal. Booped away for now. Bellisria wants to go back in the room. He's toying with the idea. He wants to bait out the Sleep. Can't get it. Pulse Bomb is out. Defensive Nano to save Pineapple's life. Now walking forward with this Nano Cask. ROC Esports, they're so far away. It saves Pineapple's life. Now the high noon swing, but Pineapple can't turn it. Gargar's going to be forced out one more time. Pineapple has a high noon of his own if he wants to respond. Nade comes out, doesn't find anything. Super Rich now with the rally, pops it all over Bellisria, deletes him. No more ults for ROC Esports, and they are on the run. They're trying to pocket Dia through all of this. They need more kills with this rally. There we go. Bash onto the back from Choi will force out the recall. They do get the retake. They're back in control of point. Remember, ROC Esports, they need to win every point from here on to deal with this Saravasa, give themselves a chance. Pineapple will walk forward. It's a high noon pulse bomb here for CC in this next fight. Not really great ultimates. Can negate maybe a bit of a value from this Nano. A lot more going to come down to these nades. Nade out early, just catch Dia. Take a little peek, but Bellisria and the rest of ROC Esports have survived. Garga just happy to build up the last bits of this Nano. Meanwhile, comes in, high noon here, lots of damage. Oh, the sleep is good. Now he's in trouble. He's naded as well. Pineapple will just die. Lexa has the rally if they need it, but player advantage and backline zone. They'll deal with Garga, who doesn't pop that primal. And they're going to let this point go, Team CC. Don't play for the clutch. Don't play for anything else. Keep the ults. They only need to win one more round. I need to win one more round to take Saravasa. So don't need to clutch every situation. Rally available for Lexa in this next one. A good tool to deal with Gargar's Primal or even the Nano. Now they have the Primal and the Nano. What you might see Team CC do here is Gargar uses his Primal to keep being aggressive, and they save the Nano as a defensive tool potentially for Pineapple. Pineapple's got himself on the high ground here. Just clearing out these barriers. Point's going to unlock in 3 seconds, and Kaneki will be able to start forcing that. But maybe Kaneki's was having a little bit of a look behind. Bellisria will drop the bubble at choke. No meaningful space from this, so just a counter bubble from Gargar. Choi is going to leap in here. Pulse bomb onto the Winston. Primal will be forced out of Gargar. He takes a lot of damage. And an anti. He's going to go in deeper again. Gargar is 1 HP behind. He will live, but now they are just 4v5 on the point. Bellisria has got his Primal going. Defensive Nano is out. Trying to juke this Sleep. All over Viana. Sleep does come through. Farway is going to live, and Pineapple has walked forward. He's found 1 kill. He's got to deal with Viana in front, but Tracer behind. He's slept up. Bellisria has eventually finished that kill on Viana, and CC will fall. A scary exchange, but Gargar's Primal got nothing done. Going back in as well means not just is he out of the fight. I mean, he was at high risk of dying, but even though he doesn't die, he's just out of the fight for so long. Now Chu has the Nano for this next engage. Super Rich has the rally to respond with. They're going to try and go high ground, it looks like. But Chu is playing back in main, has a good nade spot on this choke. They have to be careful. The nade comes through now. Nano in response here. Gargar is so low. The sleep is good for rally to keep everyone alive, but it's not enough. Choice of one is in the back as well. Lexa bashes into all of that, pushes forward, and CC crushed at the choke there. Dia trying to base out, anticipate which way Kaneki's going. They'll get the kill anyway. They're going to hold forward now, ROC Esports, make the touch as hard as possible. They're forced back, and I wonder if Team CC might just let this one go. Oh, they lose Kaneki, they have to let it go now. And we're going to go over to point E to finish it all off. Team CC fighting for their lives. The most important game for both teams, maybe really in all of this qualification stage with the implications. They had a 2-round lead, CC. Kaneki lurking with this Pulse Bomb. They don't know he's there. Pulse Bomb is out. Catches Lexa. The perfect start. A nice cheap victory courtesy of Kaneki. And they will get first cap off of that. High noon for the next fight. Nano as well. Option to be defensive with the Nano. Help deal with the Primal. Gargar's up on the high ground though, looking for an opportunity. He's taking a lot of damage. Now trading out the choke, dodges it, hoping for the Nano, I think, but the Nano wasn't coming. Now they've lost Gargar for nothing. I think he was expecting the Nano. Sleep comes out from far away, but he dies shortly afterwards. Oh no, disaster. Absolute catastrophe for CC. And ROC, they don't just get the retake for free. Team CC are even paying them to come back in. Disaster series of events for CC. A late... Oh, wow, they get Choi. You can feel the pressure raising, mistakes coming through from both teams. Bellasri's been cleared from the high ground. Kaneki's going to start getting onto point right now. Ooh, has to swap over to the other side. Trying to clear Bellasri on this right-hand side. Gaga has the primal to keep going. Chu is going to drop the nano forward. Has the defensive nano as well. Gaga's got the primal. Bellasri doesn't find anything with his first jump, though. Will be able to bubble to live. But Gaga, he's going in the back, but he's just killed. Nobody with Gaga there. He gets punished. And ROC Esports, they have control of point. They have to be careful about dying late here, CC. They have to be so careful. Pause comes out as Kaneki is whip shot and killed. And it is looking over.
前面他们打翻盘的时候节奏其实是跟刚现在是完全不一样的。他们是在打防守反击，在接前排，再去做个人能力的一个拉扯。但是你看到后面这两张射图越打越着急，越打越着急。我们刚才还在说。
Oh, it's feeling over, isn't it? It's feeling over.
然后就发现好像嘎又开始起跳了，对，又开始跳过去。他只要一跳，肯定会被接的。
就这个刻在 DNA 里的起跳啊。 我说那个叫宫殿那波团最明显，他是从正门一个。
It's that horrible feeling, isn't it? You take a two-round lead in Flashpoint. You feel like you're guaranteed to close this one out, keep yourself in the series. All of this, and then a few crucial mistakes.
剩个20滴血，吃到2大瓶子，活了一会儿，
然后还是被打死。
这个实在跟不了，因为你。
And ROC are right back in it, and now we come down to round 5.
那是跟不了的。
对，一般来说我们去
And the pressure's palpable.
会有大技能。
Gaga, 2 crucial mistakes, back-to-back fights. Farway, disaster as well. Don't know who exactly is to blame out of that nano not going off. Maybe both. And now CC have left themselves in a horrendous position. They need to clutch now. You can feel it a little bit. Do you remember when we were on the fountain point? Let me draw a fountain for you, right? So there's the fountain in the middle, then we've got the high ground on the left here. And do you remember the fight where Team CC came through this high ground and they lost in this fight? They walked into, I think it was a Bellasri and Nano, if I remember correctly. And I think it was Choi flanking through left-hand side. You know what they did in this fight? It is just 5 people walking through a choke. 5 people walking through a great nade spot, where the Winston or Bellasri has perfect cleave on everyone. And it just starts to feel this is the sort of play you make. It's scared Overwatch.
侧线一旦被裂空抢下来，它的跟伤害会非常快。
现在这个暂停
，Lady Gaga, I blame you. Lady Gaga, thank you.
说实话，虽然不知道是哪边出现了技术问题或者网络波动啊，但这个暂停我觉得对 CC 来讲是好消息。
要冷静下来，
现在冷静一下，你想想刚才2个点怎么赢的？
对。 你能把这个想通，我觉得对他们在
questions. It's not quite. We're not quite at the post-mortem yet, but questions have to be asked about taking this matchup. 3 maps in a row. Was there no way to force a ball in here? Was there no way to force a completely different matchup? Maybe the truth is Bellasri's hero pool is a little bit deeper than Gaga's as well.
我们最后刚才那个点1季的第一波团也稍微说一下，那波团。 CC 是完整的赢了以后再站点，对吧？在站点的时候，其实就已经跳出去扣罩子了。
对，
导致就是嘎嘎刚才暴毙的那一波，他罩子应该刚转好，他自己是已经被打到败下。
All right, we're straight back into it here. Late kill onto Kaneki. Last hope for CC, and what a bash from Lengsa. Counter rally from Super Rich, desperately trying to keep them alive. They need to get the touch in this. Counter bash comes through. Both Briggs asleep, chained into it. Super Rich falls. They have to go to point. Pineapple swings for corner. He gets a pick just when his team needs it most. Walking into it. Kaneki hits for pulse bomb. Pineapple needs more pocket. They're all over him. Now Farway is there. Flashbang to finish off. They've stolen the point though, CC. Gaga is back in. He needs help with Kaneki. They need the kills right now. Super Rich is back. For Sleep comes out. They get both kills. It's not over yet. Primal is going to be popped by Bellasri. He's going to pop a Primal. They're back on point. They're going to go clear the Tracer off. They're trying to flip the cap with it. They're flooding back. They're playing for their respawns here. Farway has the nano if they need it. More pressure from Belosria. Oh, was that worth priming? I don't know about that one. Nano available for Farway. Chu still needs 25%. Choi has a pulse bomb. Final fight. Nano comes out from Gaga. He gets it this time. He's all over the cast. They're diving in. They're trying to peel. Dia is solo. Dia falls. The primal is popped. CC recover the situation. Belosria is alone on point. It's not 3-0. They're back in it. Choi gets one. It's too little too late. CC hold. They prevent the reverse sweep on Saravasa. And we're getting... Some of you won't believe me. We're getting a map 4. What a finish! Oh my, it's actually an insane clutch. Oh. Team CC clinging on. Fuck. Alright, I need some more water after that one. Yeah, whatever was said during that pause, more of that, please. Question, when was the last time you were this enthusiastic casting Amalgam Mirror? I'm enthusiastic with all my casting. When the games are close, I go hype. Nice try, though. This game is more exciting. Do you know why this game is more exciting? Nothing to do with the comps. It's because it's the first time we've had a close game, and this is our 3rd day of action. But I appreciate the effort. Alright, be right back.
对镜像，然后完事之后，我还把自己打法稍微控制一下，因为我赢到地图了，我知道赢是什么感受，我怎么样赢的。如果脑子里面能够意识过到这个体验的话，我觉得是 OK 的。
我们前面分析了半天啊，又是什么？你看他们前面用了法老精、艾什、半藏，又是什么要不要打女王阵地？最后的答案是跟对手打镜像。现在问题抛给 ROC 了 ，ROC 要不要变阵？我觉得 ROC 也不会变阵啊，我凭什么了？
而且下一张地图是他们来选择。 他们来进行一个班位的，所以
而且下张地图只剩大白图了。
对，好的，那么我们看完一张精彩的苏拉瓦萨之后呢，千万不要走开，我们看一下上场比赛的 highlight， 稍作休息，马上回来。
Whoa. Heating up.
我永远不会忘记那段日子。那时，太阳和世界。
Spam this sheep for reverse sweep. Maybe it's happening.
我们的所有需求，但只有少数人才能把太阳之力融入自己体内。他们便是印地勇士。
Last nano push is good. They got it together after the pause, didn't they? Just needed a little moment. Just needed a little moment to regather themselves. Pause can't stop the laws of velocity. It's a simple principle of velocity, actually. Reverse sweep to qualify to land would be crazy. One step at a time, right? But this is the first step. Problem is obviously, well, kind of a problem is that ROC Esports now get to pick the modes and the maps we go to for the remainder of the series. But kind of the good news is, it feels like they might just be quite happy to just keep taking the mirror. So maybe, maybe it doesn't matter all that much who gets to pick the map and the mode. ROC also haven't banned Brig. Oh, what even has been banned so far? I feel like, because it feels like nobody's really touched. Alright, I'm thinking nobody's really touched the Ana or the. Where am I? show bands. Can you guys sound on screen for you? It's a little bit. It was basically, so yeah, ROC have banned Kiriko, Diva, and Lucio. CCF banned Ball, Brig, and Farah. So all of these ones. I mean, I think Belosria's hero pool is probably a bit deeper than Gaga's. What mode is left as well, right? We've had Escort, we've had Flashpoint, which is Flashpoint/Hybrid, we've had Koth. So it has to be Push as well, right? So is it just an Esperanza and both teams will get away playing, or just play Winston again? Spam this PC to help CC. They'll take all the help they can get at this stage, I think. Need to win every map from here. They should just keep pausing. They just need that little moment to get yourself together. Show me new Queen Street. It was interesting because it was actually CC who banned Ball on Lijiang Tower. So maybe they feel they don't actually have advantage in that matchup. I mean, it's a good hero for Gaga, but it's also a pretty good hero for Belosria.
也是我们本次 OWCS 中国赛区正赛第一场不是3比0的比赛了。对，而且
Is there a cock we can spam to help ROC? I'm afraid you might have to use your own.
我们也没想到 CC 的解题思路是这个呀，这我哪想得到呀？
对，那好，刚刚我们在聊下一张地图的选择了。那在斗兽场跟
Already am. I mean, if your name is Fat Fat Easy Clap.
闪点和混合是同一个地图。
I had a bit of an indication.
因为大家都打 S 佩兰萨。
对，道理是这么个道理。万一他一会儿掏了一个斗兽场出来，还真不好说。
然后我的角度呢？ 我觉着 ROC 是不会去变阵的。
Dicks out for ROC. It needs to be ROC out with your cock out for ROC, surely.
对，
不然感觉有点认怂了。
而且我要看一下在辅助上面的上一场的数据啊，
这治疗量只差了不到400，
很接近，很接近啊。
人头
Not a cock, but something similar. That's quite clearly a tentacle, Floro. I feel like you have. I feel like. I feel like you've given something away about yourself here. Noticing. If Belosria plays Hammond, can you call it Rock and Ball Torture? Everyone is revealing a lot of things about themselves at the moment. Unprompted as well. So I don't know if they get like 5 minutes here or a bit of a longer break. Because we're sort of halfway through the series. They do it quite commonly in EMEA North America, where you'll get a little bit of extra time between like map after map 3. Anyway, Sigma Street. The foot people are back.
那想要去强行去打这个标准的长短枪带布吉塔安娜的，那我们在前面几张赢的图里面看，他们有带物子加上安娜，也有带这个
漓江塔有打卢肖安娜。
对，所以说就看他们愿意去在这辅助上做调整，还是说像前面我们说另外一招里面就是全员提速。
Yeah, so honestly, I don't know if we're going to see anything all that interesting in the bans, but what would be interesting is if ROC decide to take away the Winston or decide to take away the Anna. But I don't think they will. I think they'll just play the matchup again. That Saravasa was anyone's to play for by the end of it. So I think really, if I'm ROC, I'm not worried. I'm not worried yet. If I lose another map of a Winston Mirror, then I'm really worried. The good thing for ROC is as well is because we're playing the EMEA or same rule set as the EMEA North America. OWCS, it means map 5, all the modes open again. So Esperanza, this is not the highest value pick. They've just been left with push. So they might just get more of the same matchup here. But the saving grace, the silver lining for ROC Esports is that they will get to choose from all the modes again after this if they were to lose. Which maybe gives them a lot more options. The only limitations are you can't pick maps that have already been played in this series. Ana has been banned, right? We said this was gonna be Winston. If Winston or Ana was banned, this is the thing most likely to actually change the nature of the matchup. So presumption is here. What direction could they go? We've seen Lucio, Juno once again have played that a lot, and invariably when the best team in a region plays a comp quite a lot, it starts to become quite popular. Lucio, Juno, I think Gala was talking about it earlier, versus Difo can be a bit scary for the Juno. Could just be Hazard. Yeah, could just be like a Hazard Juno Lucio potentially, or even a Kiri Lucio. Obviously, Viana kind of affects. Obviously, Viana very much affects Viana's chance to get played, but it also affects how useful the Winston can be without that Ana pocket. So it could just be a Hazard v Hazard. Ball is also an option for both of these tank players in particular. Esperanza, CC, playing for their lives. Yeah, I think Ball would be a reasonable option as well. It's not too bad on Esperanza either. I think it would be quite reasonable if we saw Ball, like a Ball Kiri Lucio here. Maybe even like a Sojourn Farah or something. Or I know Tracer's the other ban that's worth noting. And it looks like, well, we're going to be right on both sides of things. Gaga into the Hazard. Had a rough time with it on Control Center, but that was versus a Winston. Belosria going to hit the ball. Choice A1 is going to TP out a spawn. Are they going to try Zen Brig? They're going to try Zen Brig with the ball here. What's Choi going to go? Genji? He's going to go Soldier. He's going to go Soldier. All right. Experimental from ROC Esports here. I don't know about this. Zen Brig, a fragile backline, a double hit scan with it as well. Slam's going to come through. CC will deal with that one, no problem. And the challenge now for CC is, can they close the distance on this backline? Because if they can close the distance on this backline, the wall is going to do so much damage for him. Slam comes through. Doesn't find all that much. Pressure onto them. They're going to try and rotate forward around the ball's timing, and they're just all over Dia immediately. Multiple boops coming through from Belosria, but it's not changing anything. Their backline has been run over. And ROC Esports, the experiment isn't looking good. Eyes on the top left of your screen. Is anyone swapping? Choi might die late here. Choi's most certainly going to die late here. No one is swapping. Maybe you'd think Choi would maybe at least go Genji or something. I feel like there's way too many diveable targets on the side of ROC Esports comp right now. And if CC can close the distance, and it's quite easy to close your distance when you've got Lucio and a Kiriko, then they can just run them over. They even catch the ball. And this is a disaster. Checkpoint conceded already. Choi has now gone over onto the Genji. But all of this free advantage. Belosria is going to go Hazard as well. Yeah, it's a full comp change. Is Chu going to change as well? Yeah, Kiri, Lucio, Sojin, Genji. It's a full comp change to the mirror. ROC Esports. They're going to take the mirror, but now they are at ult disadvantage. They are 75 meters and counting down. A disaster opening on Esperanza. An absolute fumble of comp choice here from ROC Esports. Now they're going to have to try and work it back in the mirror. Good news, they've got 8 minutes to do it with. Kitsune rush up and available for far away. ROC Esports might be forced to disengage this early ult, concede more meters, but what other choice do they have? No way to respond to these ultimates. They actually win the neutral on Belosria. Now they're going to try and clear the rest of them out. Belosria's holding this space. Kitsune rushes out and they do disengage it for free. No kills either. We're at the 100-meter mark already. Team CC are closer to all their ults as well, and this is really, really snowballable. High noon to keep going. Deflect, block everything out. Belosria is going to wall as well. Jagged wall sends him back. Deflect being used. Lets it expire. Wall comes through. Now the blade from Kaneki to keep going. And beat push as well. Beat blade downpour. They're just using everything. They're happy to snowball and take it all. Kaneki is traded by Belosria's block. They need to kill Belosria. They can get it, but the payload is still moving. Choi can't afford to die here. Dashes back to spawn. Wall at the choke as well. He's isolated outside for Karts pushing in. Choi's going to die. Is it just going to be a full push? Lex is going to get the touch. He dies as he goes for it. They're all dying at the choke. It's a sub-3 minute Esperanza. It's 2-2. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's an absolute shocker. What was the time in the end? I said sub 3 minutes, but I didn't see what. Does anyone clock the actual time of the time of cap?
换阵容，
下一波过来死个破坏球，对，再下一波换阵容，然后对面有大，五子灵狐推20米，再一个神射手推20米，最后一波拔刀结束了。
7 Was it 7 minutes?
Never lost my Scrimbucks balance so quickly.
Welcome back, Sonics. Thank you for the tier 1 of the 10 months. I mean, it's a quick way to go broke, or a quick way to get rich. 6:58 was the final time. Fuck. 3 minutes, 2 seconds, and now you're in a map 5 situation. My god. How did I miss an entire map in 3 minutes? Yeah, ask ROC. Ask ROC. What were they cooking? Sometimes it can be a little bit harsh to hindsight analyze. Oh, this comp didn't work, therefore it can't be good. But this one is such a hot take. Such a hot take.
这把的 highlight 就是你给一个那个士兵76的第一视角，跑到后面突突2枪，跑到前面突突2枪。我觉得就是
I went to get food. What happened? So, for anyone who missed it, ROC rolled out on Ball. Alright, everything's fine so far. Ball, Esperanza, and a band. When's not as good? Cool, everything feels good. Cool. What are we going to play with a Ball? We're going to play a Brig. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. We're going to play a Cass as well. Oh yeah, cool. Seems good, seems good. Then we're going to play a Zen. Ooh, okay, seems a little bit greedy. Then we're going to play a Soldier 76 as well. Oh, fuck. Who's going to heal everyone? How are we going to survive any kind of dive? I mean, the answer was they didn't survive any type of dive. Has is being played more now, but, I mean... No highlight? Mate, just play the entire map again. We'll just watch the map again. This break is going to be longer than the map. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you, Taliva. Thank you very much for a prime welcome. Yeah, I think as well, as much as you need to just dismiss it now if you're ROC Esports, like, oh, we're just fucking idiots, look, stupid, bad calls, stupid decisions, blah, 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 go next. Because there is a way where losing in that style can be a bit mental breaking. Yeah, no new hero next yet. Just yet, rather. Won't be here for this tournament or for the Major LAN in Hangzhou. You never know, they might do it in Soup Cup, but we'll see. Malgus is dead. They killed your boy. Your boy's been killed. Dead in the streets. But yeah, no, the hope, I think the cope, I guess, if you're ROC, is also you lost so quickly. It's almost comical. And you can move on. Alright, we'll just fix it in map 5. And you get to pick the map from all of the modes again, stuff like this. When's the hero out for the... If your brain says soldiers, then are you confident in your ability to make sound decisions in the future? Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, so new hero is season 16. Do we have a date for that, or know roughly when it is? I never really keep up as much for patch stuff. I kind of just take it as it comes. Ooh, good question, Sepulch. Does CC have the Anaban available as well? The answer is yes. Because if I'm CC, do I want to force, you know, if they don't protect support, do I just want to force the matchup again? Why does CXA Troy and why does he hate Soldier 76? Just to be clear, I hated the entire comp. just throwing it out there. There's more blame to go around here. There's more blame to go around. All right. And we're tied up 2-2.
我说实话，我没想到会这个样子。
My God.
而且要跟大家说一下，现在地图类型刷新了，也就是说下张图选
Rock ban soldiers so they can't pick it themselves. Self-protection ban. I need to be prevented from my own poor decisions.
拿一个像
ROC 前面赢的图是控制图和纯推车，输的图是闪点。
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, New Queen Street isn't in the map pool for them, so it was between Esperanza and Colosseo. So it's like they chose the best map they could for it, but it's a much harder comp if you don't have a very big map to play with.
努巴尼可以打温斯顿，也可以打长枪。对，但是我觉得这个东西现在我没办法拿常人的想象。
And then the Soldier 76 just seems to be a piss take with it as well.
我觉得下张图 ROC 啊，在这个 Hero Ban 方面，不管什么图 ，Hero Ban 方面他可能需要保一手安娜。
According to Choice, Soldier is better dive, flex DPS, and Genji Echo Tracer. I mean, he's entitled to his opinion. But I can only judge what's been put in front of me.
所以这一波的话，最好还是先来一个防守班。
我觉得要防守班。
对，防守班完之后再把这个机会给到队。看一下这是。
Maybe ROC want to avoid... The other way for ROC to avoid facing once again would be to lose this game and lose tomorrow. But they were 2-0 up! Just win now! Is that one kill they got, CC? It was, wasn't it? It was just the trade onto... 33 KD. Yeah, it was just for one kill, wasn't it? They got that trade in spawn. Died after Blade. Yeah, that's for one, isn't it? Yeah. Even if they lose, ROC won't face... If ROC lose today, then the situation is they play Blade tomorrow, and then the winner of Blade... So if they lose today, the situation tomorrow is the winner of ROC / Blade is second, and they'll have to play once again. The loser is third, and goes onto the same side of the bracket as in this hypothetical Team CT.
ROC 最后一张图尽量要展示出 Bellosera 这个全面性，我觉得，因为就比如说，如果他们搬一个温斯顿的话
Yeah, so if CC lose, they're fucked. They've got no way. If ROC lose, there's a way for them to throw their way onto the other side of the bracket. Yeah, if ROC lose today, they want to throw tomorrow as well. Yeah, like it's undoubtedly the correct choice, which will leave us in a really weird situation. Is there a world where ROC try throwing their next game but finish last? No. So it would be a super safe throw as well, if you know what I mean. There's no way for it to backfire on them. Unless, of course, Blade had the same idea. I go, well, maybe we should throw as well. Wait, why do they want to throw tomorrow? Because what happens is, in the group... Let me bring up the groups for you. This is all on the basis of ROC losing. Oh, wait, we're going in? Okay, wait. Because once again, I'm going to be on this side of a bracket. Oh, thank you, Kayoshi. Welcome back. Because once again, we're on this side of a bracket. You really don't want to be second seed in Group A. So you'd actually better be in third, taking the Group B second matchup, and then getting a rematch against whoever you lost to up here. So, well, the thing is with throwing, is it is against the tournament rules. You can't actively try and lose and manipulate the result, you know? Because the main fear here is not just... The main fear here is probably also match fixing, but there's a lot of problems with it. So you would have to throw in a way that wouldn't cause you to get penalized. Because if you just get disqualified, that's bad. Right, now, that doesn't get you what you want. Alright, Dorado. They could have picked any map. They are going to Dorado. Playoffs are next weekend. Maybe run the Esperanza comp again. Yeah, if they need to lose tomorrow, just run the Esperanza comp again. And then who can say you're throwing because you did it in your most important match of or one of your most important series of groups as well. That's wicked smart. Oh. Okay. CC have banned Winston. Interesting here. Obviously, I mean, ROC Esports, I think, have made the correct choice, right? We talked about banning Ana to try and get a similar, you know, to try and force like a Hazard version of a matchup. But ROC, they've gone to a map where Hazard is harder than Winston, and they protected Ana with their ban. But with the since they have to protect Ana, probably more so, it means they leave themselves open to a ban. So again, we have a Hazard versus Hazard versus Ball question, and we're gonna get the same answer as last time, where Bellisria is gonna go Ball. Gaga is on Hazard for now. Remember, CC are attacking here, so they still have the option to swap the comp. ROC, on the other hand, will be locking in the Ashe, Tracer, Ana, Kiriko. So no Ana on the side of CC, at least for now. We'll see if they change their mind once they see what they're up against. Pineapple threatening the Hanzo again. Might just be a Sonic to clear some space. Preds are very 50-50. Okay, the comp seems more reasonable. D.Va is the swap here. No Brig. Maybe no Brig is the capitalization here, but Gaga on D.Va? I don't know how much I've seen this before. So let's see what we get. It's going to be Tracer Genji as well, so it's an all-in dive for CC. Lexer is probably going to want to swap Brig when he gets the opportunity, because now for CC, the start of the fight is going to be, can they force objective? And once they get to a point where they maybe can't force objective anymore, we are going to look to try and run over the backline, hit a 5-man dive. Kaneki and Gaga are approaching now. Where are we going? Booped back in. Dia is just on the floor, getting full pocket. He gets the Suzu as well. He doesn't live. They do get their man, but the trades are good for ROC Esports. Legs are on the high ground. Help set them up for a couple. They get the D-Mech onto Gaga, and they get their one. But Dia serves as the bait. We'll come back on Cass as well to help survive. A bit more durability in these hard engagers. Pineapple now going onto the Sombra. Gaga sticks for D.Va. Kaneki onto the Tracer. Slams are still out the payload. Pineapple will be cleared. Trying to deal with these DPS. Gaga's going to come try and clear some of the high ground. Wants to force Lengtser out of here at least. Now looking for their dive. Pineapple wants to set up behind. Lengtser's TP has been forced, but they've lost far away on the ground. Choi and Bellisria, they are finding trade kills while the front line from CC tries to set up, and there's no escape for Super Rich. Just need to try and preserve their lives here if they can. They force the recoil out of Choi. They should be able to get out. Choi still going from where he has the pulse bomb. Needs to try and thread it through the matrix. Farway is back, so has to consider the Suzu as well. They're going to set back up. Chase out Kaneki. Kaneki is low. Just get to the Mega. Lengtser again playing a very aggressive style to pocket Choi. In theory, it makes Chu vulnerable, but Chu's going to hit the sleep. The Suzu comes through to wake him up. They double down. The backline, it's dead, but the trades are still good. Bellisria and Choi. They get the value they need. They're hunting down this low HP Tracer. Matrix from Gaga comes out. And Lengtser's going to get away here. And they're connecting with their dives. They're killing their targets. Dia and Chu both fell. And their spawns are slightly better, CC, so they can get a bit of space on this next part of first point too. Now Mines coming through onto point. Have they just kited this one out? Yeah, they're just gone. Nothing from the Mines from Bellisria. He's literally just put him up decoratively. Choi is going to get caught in main as well. ROC! Mistake after mistake, and the door has been opened. Bellisria's high in the sky, but the payload is still moving. Gaga's looking for his opportunity. Kaneki here, fighting the flank. The dive onto the backline now. Full Matrix, Suzu, everything's been forced out. The pulse bomb behind, they're doubling down. They're going all the way. Bellisria's traded too. Bellisria's killed the backline with Nano. The Kitsune rushes out, and Choi's going to get Gaga before he remets. Again, Choi and Bellisria, the Korean imports, getting it all done for ROC. Hack onto the high ground, but Bellisria's got so much HP. Both will live in the end. 1 minute left on the clock in CC. They have the EMP. They nearly have Super Rich's beat, but the backline has been having such a hard time living. Bellisria is actually really low. They can force objective now. Lexer might have to. Pulse bomb's good from Kaneki though. Are they going to touch it? No, they just let it go. Bellisria took too much damage, couldn't even contest. And they don't even need to use the EMP for that. a big result for CC in that previous fight. You can see they are willing to run it down and just trade for backline, but as we got to this second point, the respawn advantage is going to swing to defenders once we get to the second half, and now those kind of fights, those kind of trades, trade-heavy fights won't favour Team CC. They need clean fight victories. They've got the EMP. They're going to try and turn hack. Sleep comes out. Anti-nade. Belosrio's just dead. But Groggy Perk should now be in play. Or not, maybe not yet. EMP on the high ground doing this Kitsune rush. Defensive nade. Defensive Suzu deals with all of it. They want to chase Choi out, but he can get to the Mega, I think. Just get to it. He's got pocket from Lengtser as well. I was about to say the Groggy Perk is out, but actually Farway's only just swapped to Ana, so he won't have the Groggy Perk just yet. But he does nearly have a nano, so he's getting close. Once he has that perk, it's going to make Belosrio's life on the ball even harder. Dia has been forced onto the low ground now. Full Matrix. Sleep comes through. Dia will live. Lengtser's going to be forced out. Dia needs to be careful. Oh, Gargar's lost his mech. He went so deep for that kill. They weren't able to secure it. Now he doesn't get out, and this will slow down their progress. CC have to call it off for a second. They do get another sleep. Can they get the punish here? Oh, they don't get the exact execute. They don't get the anti either. They might get the ball anyway, and Belosrio's having a rough old time of it. Luckily, his team have pushed forward, and luckily, Choi is good for 2. So they will complete the reset. Belosrio will respawn. He's on ball. He'll be back quickly enough. Lengtser's going to swap onto the Brig. This is going to help massively at dealing with this D.Va. Ana Brig is also the Brig swap's been made for CC as well, so it's Ana Brig for them as well, which in theory should also make their life easier as well. Coming onto the high ground, High Noon is out. The sleep is good, wasn't able to shield it. Now Pineapple and Kaneki, they are forcing point. They're trying to tag team Choi. 2v1, forcing back. Nano onto Gaga. No kills, but clears for high ground. They want to keep a point force here. Belosrio has mines. Trying to deal with the ball, but he killed Pineapple actually. And Belosrio's going to get out of that one crucially. 55 seconds left on the clock, and Choi is doing a very good job. Full support, denying any sort of cart progress here. No nano value coming through from Gaga on that last time. I think they're going to play slow now. Try and find the EMP value. You can see the ROC Esports backline. They're on the high ground just behind Belosrio now, but far away high ground. This is going to make it harder for this EMP timing to hit up. Gargo's going to cross that distance now, put a bit of pressure on. Dink onto Super Rich, he has to be careful. They're trying to force the point. Dia's been separated. Dia's dropped down. They dropped to try and save him. I think the nade was eating. Good eat from Gaga. He's all over the backline. The pulse bomb is good. And Gaga finds the opening. He's on the backline. He's killed the backline. They just need to be careful of trades, but I think they're really fine. Pineapple needs a bit of help, but Farway is tucked away. And with a few seconds to spare, they're going to cap second as well. Still limited time, but all of a sudden, everything's just going their way, CC. Late kill, more free cart progress, get these doors open, keep it moving forward. Belosrio's gonna go Zarya. That's what I'm saying. EMP still available for Pineapple, Nano nearly available for Farway. They've got the ults to snowball here. Pineapple looking for this EMP, but his cloak is about to run out, so he's going to have to set up again. They're on the high ground right now, but Pineapple's going to get him behind. Is Lengtser watching them behind? Belosrio's dropped a point. Are they ready for this EMP behind? They're not ready for it. Gaga arrives. He kills 2. The trade from Choi is crucial. Choi gets both of the backliners as well. The Zarya is still alive. Belosrio's on half HP. They're trying to live. Denied the Mega. Well played by Kaneki. Belosrio ends up killing himself. They need to keep the payload moving still. Choi can stall it out, but only for a little bit. Down to half HP, but he's bought time for his respawns. Choi saves the day for ROC Esports. Now it's going to be support ops up for both teams here. Kaneki's nearly got a pulse bomb. All going to come down to these nanos. Might just have to use it on Belosrio to hold for ground. Threatening the cap. Pineapple's in a lot of trouble. They're hard chasing him out. Rally out from Lengtser to try and chase that one down, but he has to stay on the high ground and pocket. CC have both their support ults still. They're going to kite out this rally for free. Support ult advantage now for CC in this next fight. They also have a pulse bomb to throw into it as well. Trades will be enough. Belosrio is on the high ground. They get the touch. Overtime has been triggered. They have nanoed underneath. Gargo's going to drop it, but a crucial kill from Dia. Gargo needs to find value. Defensive nano onto Lengtser gets it done. The nade comes out. Super Rich is pushing forward. The bash onto the Zarya. They kill the Zarya. He's got eyes for the Brig. Another one, but Choi finds the trade on the Ana. Chu is walking forward. They're all so low. Gaga reads for pulse bomb. Gaga is so low, but Pineapple's cleaning it up. And Super Rich, he's still here. They need to kill the Tracer. Choi is trying to buy time. He's super low. It's a full push. It's a full push.
全是这种最后一波团打下来了。
但不得不说
Oh my
举阵
god.
这几轮给对面造成了很大的麻烦。
Hey Kellen.
刚才还剩10秒钟的时候，那是
Good morning.
对，
就是那一波 ROC 拉了叠甲 ，CC 愣是没。
Or is it late? Oh, I guess it's afternoon for you. Good
用最后
afternoon.
的10秒钟换掉10多个叠甲，最后这一波好有钱，这个叠甲要了命了。
对
CC give a full hold
看到就是
on the map pick
始终是吃不到奶
of ROC
在那个距
Esports
离吃不到奶就
on the matchup they wanted. Gaga getting it done on the Diva.
没打出来。
Talked about it before. If anything, I would give Gaga the slight, give Bellisria the slight benefit of the doubt in terms of better hero pool, slightly wider. But Gaga's flex onto the Diva here has really got them over the line. It was close. It was a dogfight.
哇，太激烈了！注意这场比赛，其实 ROC 2比0领先的。
They needed the soldier. They need something now. Remember the implications of this game.
对，这张图能
They're massive. They're absolutely massive.
节奏来讲，其实是非常非常重要的。主要我觉得
Winner wins the group and avoids once again
最后那一段里面做了好多。
once we go into the single elimination side of the
实在
bracket.
是有点
The chance to qualify to Hangzhou if you win this game for either team goes up massive, absolutely massive.
Bellisria 也要拿 Diva 了。
Capped with barely any time to spare on all the points. But the most important thing is they capped. It's going to be Diva and a Brig on the defense from CC. Grapple shot from Choi. Nothing. Bellisria is going to match the Diva.
炮球砸下来之后，你只要后续上跟不上，砸那一上是可以直接忽略。
A Diva mirror between Bellisria and Gaga for all the marbles.
对面卡西迪加上原氏的一个组合，二楼
Kaneki keeping control of the high ground. Worth noting Choi is on the Genji here as well, so a little bit worse at controlling the payload, a little bit better at following your Diva onto these high ground trades. Also no Winston as well, so additional value there as well. Kaneki's actually had his recall force, so he might be forced out here. He's got full pocket. Choi is trying to do just that. There's actually Bellisria who's taking all the damage. He does eventually get chased down. Choi really wanted that kill. Couldn't get it, but the payload is still moving. The nade's really big here, and Gaga's going to follow up on that. Catches it. Good nade from far away. And now HP advantage. Bellisria is going to lose his mech. Tries to catch Lengtser as well. Gaga needs to be careful not to lose his mech. So careful. They're trying to swing. He has the Matrix. Really wants to kill the baby. Really want to kill the baby. They will kill the baby. Hyo Kuyan gets that one over the line. And we'll be able to reset back on the high ground with Faraway here. Nano advantage for Faraway, but a pretty narrow one. Bellisria has gone ball. Chinese casters feeling a little bit anxious about that one. They're holding close. They're trying to rotate everyone high ground. Gaga's seen them all go, so they know the entire team's there. Another decent nade spot on this corner. Pressure on Choi. Missiles out for choke. Gaga nearly has his self-destruct. Flies back up. Pineapple's rotating around for a different angle. He has cleared out. Thank you, Nutto W, for the 4 months. Welcome back. They've got themselves onto the high ground now. They've rotated. Nade is out. Nade. Oh my god! The nade doesn't catch anything, but Dia does. The boop is good. That's why you always go ball on Dorado attack. And all of a sudden, the forward hold has been broken. For the price of just a high noon as well, they keep all of their big ults. They keep the nano, they keep the rally. Replay of this one immediately. Look at the little boob. Where are you going? Going nowhere. They were all quite low. 3k high noon. Nano Blade to potentially try and finish it here. CC might be forced to maybe defensively Nano to try and counter out this Blade. Let Hyo Kuyan, let him tank it. Let him use the defense, get the defensive Nano, get the defensive rally. Now the Blade comes out, he's got the Ana in sights. Far away, the sleep is deflected. Choi deals with it perfectly. The Nano went out onto Pineapple. He's got the high noon going, but there's no kills. Pulse Bomb is good from Kaneki. Lexer has no chance to pop the rally. Pineapple was pushing forward with the rally here, trying to find more kills. Slam comes through, full pocket onto their Cass here, just trying to power up Pineapple. He's finding the kills for him as well. Gaga's got the Matrix. Pineapple will clear up. And all of a sudden, there is 1 minute left on the clock. ROC Esports, 2 maps up in the series. They want this late kill onto Bellisria. They're really going for it as well. Packs come through the slam. Troy has made the emergency Pharah swap. No ults for CC, remember. ROC Esports, overwhelming ult advantage. They have mines to force the objective. They have a rally from Lengtha to get him out of any trouble in the back. Veloceria going for the mines now, all over this cast. Pineapple will slide and roll out of there. Defensive Matrix come through. Lengtha has the rally to keep pushing, though. No time like for present. Dia has for High Noon as well. They're trying to swing on the Diva. Pressure on. Damage onto Gaga. He's actually so low. Veloceria's got a kill in the back. And they actually managed to hold the rally. Pineapple finds one trade. Needs to be careful here. 10 seconds left on the clock, but they should be alright. Just a tracer left for Sleep to make sure. And ROC Esports keep the series going. Obviously minimal time, but we saw CC get it done with a similar time bank. With the Pharah cast, the biggest problem for ROC Esports is going to be cart pressure. If Veloceria is busy pushing the cart, he's not going to be in a position to set up and threaten backline. If Choi has to do it as well, similarly his angle's not going to be as good, and you certainly don't really want your backline doing it. Veloceria's taking a lot of damage through. He's going to try and roll through, get some more shields. He's going to slam over High Noon, got another 2! How on earth do they keep this happening? Dia, he's rolling back the clock. They're going to die on point here. Hyokuan is actually going to get the kill on Viana, which is a pretty big trade, actually, out of all the trades he could get. Another replay of this High Noon. Veloceria, it's just the bait. He gets the swing. They're caught out in the open. And High Noon is the key to the ROC offense. Now they have to retake. CC nearly have 4 ultimates, but they have to come out in this difficult choke. Pineapple's going to swing. Veloceria with the slam at the choke. Choi has the barrage. Gaga needs eyes on him. Can't afford to let this barrage go through. Chu nearly has the nano to combine with it as well. Over the rooftops is an option for Choi. They're just going to try and take it slow. They want to bleed out in this Matrix from Gaga. High Noon, but actually Pineapple's all alone. He's just going to get naded for Matrix a little bit slow. The rally from Super Rich to push, but they've made a lot of space. Rallies have been traded, but Super Rich is getting nothing on the low ground. They back it up. Farway still has the nano. He's going to drop that nano onto Gaga just so he can live. He kills Choi, actually. Deal with the counter nano. Gaga has the self-destruct. He gets the mega, actually. He's going to bomb. He tries to bomb, and Chu takes him out of the sky. Oh, hot take from Gaga there. The self-destruct doesn't get it. Now the ding's onto Farway. He's getting peppered. But Cass's damage wasn't buffed that much. Mines now to force point from Veloceria. Choi coming back. Boot onto Super Rich, keeping him pinned in. They need to touch soon. Another slam onto the high ground. Pineapple is swinging out as Gaga gets the touch. Veloceria has the mines. Dia has a High Noon. That's maybe the scariest. The barrage comes. It's 1-for-1 only. High Noon swing though. Of course he gets a High Noon kill. 6 for the offense already. They're flooding forward ROC Esports. Desperate dive from Gaga, but he's got no HP. He's got no support. They're just going to play for what time they can get here. Baby Diva on point. ROC Esports will be capturing second. Very similar time bank-wise here to CC. 1.5 minutes. Pineapple went over to the bench, I think just for a desperate touch. I'm not sure if they'll keep it. No, straight back onto the cast. Nano available for Farway. Shu is not far behind. Veloceria still has these mines. Efficient fight there for ROC Esports. They nearly have this rally too. Ult advantage, snowball opportunity for ROC. Only a minute 15 seconds left on the clock. The time is limited. Farway gonna have to rely on this nano. I think it's maybe best going on to Gaga. Just find trades. If you get kills, you will be okay. Nano comes through. Gaga wants to make the first move. All over Dia. Super Rich. He's just on in there. They get the kill onto Dia. Defensive nano. It was meant for Dia, but it's a Jax from Chu. They get the crucial kill. And they will reset quickly, ROC Esports, because there is less than a minute left on the clock. Valuable time bought for CC. Nearly up to their High Noon, nearly up to their rally, nearly up to their bomb. Kaneki has the pulse bomb as well. Lengtha has the rally, Veloceria has the mines. They just need a bit of time here, CC, to get their ultimates back up. That nano from Gaga's bought them. Should have bought them enough time. Mines now onto the high ground. Pineapple is low. They've isolated Gaga on the point, but he has self-destruct. He is going to get hit on the way out. Has to drop a self-destruct. Can they get Gaga back into mech? There's mines behind him. He's antied. He does get back into mech. Hyokuan from the top right flies in with the rally to protect his baby Diva. High Noon on the high ground from Pineapple. He's not Dia, but he's getting it done. He drops down. He kills the ball. 5 seconds left on the clock. CC are going to complete the reverse sweep. They took him all the way. They came back. A world record Esperanza. A reverse sweep. They finished top of Group A. How on earth did Gaga get his mech back there? Jesus Christ, he was stuck behind mines, he was antied. They can't find the kill. Hayakui and top rope flying in. I'll save you. Save you, he does. 6 high noon kills, they couldn't get it done.
CC 在后面，他找到了自己的节奏，这是最重要的，就是从那一张苏拉瓦萨开始。
ROC Esports.
反倒因为他冲不上去，
对，他冲不上去，
他冲不上去以后，现在
Disaster. That pause changed everything. I mean, it really did.
变了一支队伍一样。
对，哇 ，CC 前面冲的时候，其实不是说啊，就 ROC 不用做
Best game so far. Colossally, right? What a great series. What a great series. What a big fight back.
配合真的相当漂亮，但是你不可能指望每波都有这样的配合。
但我说实话，最主要的还是那张
S 佩兰萨。
What happened during that pause? Mate, if you could bottle whatever happened in that pause, you'd be a millionaire. You'd be as rich as the Torbs in bronze.
今年我们播了这几场，虽然说也没几场，最精彩的一场比赛。
就那张 S 佩兰萨给我一种你在玩一个那种画面非常好的游戏大作，玩着玩着突然黑屏了，然后你重启电脑回来打的多拉多。
对，哇，还在回味，
精彩精彩。
这张多拉多真的太典型了，因为我们可以看到他们的配合方式都是完全不同的，就他们的两个队的风格应该是在多拉多完全不一样的，但是就能打得这么激烈。
这场比赛我觉得看点真的不只是精彩，它有各种逆转，也有。
Is there another match? That was the last match of the day. We got another day of groups tomorrow.
真的是一场非常好看的。
But we're not honestly group stage. This game isn't being topped. I can tell you that for free.
卡西迪的这个配合都是太极限了。
那现在 CC 小组赛3场完赛，3战全胜，已经锁定了 A 组第一。恭喜 Team CC 啊
！Oh wait, here we go. Let's see. If ROC throws tomorrow, they won't get lower map diff anyways. They can't be seed 1 anymore. What do you mean? Let me do the math. Can we get a refresh on this? 3092. So ROC are going to play Blade. That's the situation, right? Yeah, but if Blade win, they just go 2-1, and ROC will be 1-1, and just the map difference won't matter, right?
那么我们今天的第3场比赛也是结束，非常感谢两支队伍带来精彩比赛。我们稍作休息，又回到我们的评论席。
到现在为止，我只有一句话想说啊，那就是哥
Over to our couch.
这就是守望先锋啊！
真的
太精彩了！我现在闭上眼睛，我能回想到非常多个。
ROC begin soldier any map tomorrow. I mean, if there is one thing ROC have done, they've shown us a comp they can definitely lose maps on.
是我们现在其实都是一个在发抖的状态，非常的亢奋。
All right, so final pieces of the group taking shape. Obviously, a very dicey situation here in terms of what ROC choose to do tomorrow. Flip side, Group B is looking a bit more straightforward. So I think Group B should be all but set, because Little Sheep are going to play Team XX, which is basically just a playoff for second seed. Again, remember, second in Group B avoids once again of the singular limb, so very much a high stakes game between Team XX and Little Sheep, which I think could be close. And then, once again, I'm going to play Super Levi, which is going to be best team of the group versus worst team of the group, which will be... It'll be 3-0. And then we get now ROC versus Blade, what could turn out to be a very controversial series. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what's going to happen. Because it's 100% the right decision for both teams to lose. Right? It's because normally when it comes to these sort of decisions in tournaments, like, oh, is it better if we actually get 6th seed to avoid a certain bracket thing? It's all kind of maybe technically yes, but it's not worth the risk, or you don't want to go to lower bracket, or stuff like this. So it's you can maybe get like a 10% advantage, or it might feel slightly better, but it's never this black and white where throwing is better. For both teams. For both teams. What would you do in a coach in this situation? I don't know. I think we try to lose. When it's this clear. Because once again, are just unbeatable, right? Because in Overwatch League, there were always teams that were super hard to beat, but I don't know if it felt like the same disparity of once again. Or you just beat Blade tomorrow, and then you just play to beat once again.
当时的最后的那波团战，当大家所有人都以为大势已去的时候，那一个暂停回来，嘎嘎燃尽了。Kaneki 脉冲炸弹命中了，真的奇迹就是从这一刻开始的。
对，好友前之后的一个接洽也是非常。
Yeah, it's the difference of having like upsetting once again. Obviously, you know, nothing's impossible, etc. But it's so bloody hard to beat once again if you're on these teams. The disparity is colossal. So to be on that other side of a bracket, I don't know. What would I do? I feel like I'd throw. I feel like I'd throw, right?
非常惊讶的点，他之前是以准度而胜出，以比赛的经验而为大家所熟知，但是在这一刻，你可以看到一个老将的风范和魅力是难以去言说的。
对，我觉得简要概括一下今天这场比赛最精彩的点，我觉得就是当 Team CC 遇到困境的时候，想出办法去解决，去破。
Yeah, but the difference between like a near zero chance and a really good chance, and you probably look at this series against CC and it's like, oh, if we play him again, we can beat him. No passion. I'd throw 100%. Yeah, the problem is, obviously, remember now, throwing is against the rules. So, it's, yeah, so third place, I'll show you the bracket. So yeah, third place from Group A goes on to this side with the winner of, with the same side as the winner of Group A. So if this is CC, this is once again. So if you're third place in Group A, you go into the same side of a bracket. How do you prove that someone through? I mean, that's where it gets really dicey. Is this, yeah, a single elim is, because if this was double elim, it solves its own problem, right? Because you might run into once again, you'd lose to them, but invariably in a double elim bracket, you got to play once again at some point. So you'd have to go through the lower bracket. So your run through the bracket is harder than the other team, but it's not impossible, right? Because you would just battle your way through the lower bracket, beat all the teams that are weaker than you, and then get a rematch against CC, and you'd have a sort of lower bracket final for that spot. Also, it's also slightly different because normally it's more, because top 2 is the most important thing here, right? Whereas normally it's just, do you win the tournament or do you not win the tournament, right? Getting to the grand finals is still a big achievement, but it's not normally as important as this, because now it is qualify or don't qualify for the LAN. We saw the prototype throw comp already. They're not going to win. What if once again throw tomorrow? Now that is a fun curveball. What if once again it's like, fuck your seeding, fuck your bracket. We're gonna throw ourselves in the middle of all of it. Once again, guaranteed first seed. Presuming they beat Super Levi tomorrow, but I mean, they're gonna beat him. Yeah. Yeah, so the Little Sheep XX game is more straightforward because both teams, they're fighting out for second place, and second place for Group B gets you here, gets you opposite once again. So that it's a super important game for Sheep and XX, but it just works as you would hope it would work. Isn't the third place match kind of strange? What's the point if the top 2 qualify? I mean, there'll be a prize money split. It'll be seeding for next tournament, etc. Yeah, I mean, you're right in the sense that it's not worth it that much. But also, it's nice not just to have one game in the day, I think. You know, if it was just for grand finals in a day, it's nice. It's kind of like a, I don't know what you call it, like a warm-up show. So it's pretty low stakes, but I don't know what the difference is. That's like $2,000. Yeah.
当 ROC 这边陷入困境的时候，比如说 Sura 这边换出一个破坏球，那我们其实
There's once again a ROC order of the games. Let me have a look.
想到整一张最后一张地图，其实这个配合发挥出了很多次关键的。
Yeah, so I agree it's low stakes, but you know, money's money, etc. So Little Sheep versus XX play first, then ROC play versus Blade, and then once again play Super Levi.
今天打的这完全不怵啊！今天真是脱胎换骨，超凡入圣，
有点神了。
前3张地图，前2张地图吧，我得说。
So yeah, Game 2 is the game we have to watch and really raise your eyebrows at. Because I forgot the name of who asked it, but someone asked, well, how do you prove that you throw, right? Because you get a situation in other esports, right, where maybe someone, I don't know if anyone maybe follows and remembers CS better than me, but there was a situation, wasn't there, where, what was the name of a player? Basically, in CS, if one of your players is ill or has some kind of emergency, you can quite often get an emergency sub for an emergency sub to come in. And was this like, no, not the match fix. It's not the match fix I'm thinking. There was something more recently. I mean, there was something more recently where a team basically lied about a player being sick. They were like, oh yeah, our player's sick, he can't play, so we're going to use the emergency sub type thing. And then they did that. And then afterwards, the player who was sick, his agent came out and said he wasn't sick. Astralis, yeah. And obviously, it raises a few questions of, well, you said he was sick, but his agent says he wasn't sick. Feel like there might be a few lies in the mix here, a few porkies going on. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, Astralis did it to get KD in as an emergency sub as the in-game leader. Yeah. Hell of a sub. Hell of a sub. Hell of a sub. Other teams had to use their coaches to sub? Yeah. Yeah. So how do you prove it? I don't know, because we talked about what would you do if you were ROC Esports in this situation, right? Let's look at the other perspective. What do you do if you're the tournament admins in this situation?
在团队陷入水火的时候，他能够站出来，而且包括来到最后一张地图上，真的这个 Diva 打的，我觉得，哦，这不是我印象里的嘎嘎。
对，这个 Diva 其实是这样子的，就是我最开始不看好这个 Diva 的发挥，单纯就只是因为我没有看过多少嘎嘎来打一个 Diva 非常高光的一个表现。
Like if you're the tournament admins, I think you talk with the teams beforehand, right? I think you like pre-warn the teams. I think you basically say, we know this situation is dicey, but we're going to be watching. Any suspicion of this, any suspicion of you doing something like this is going to be like met with whatever disqualification or anything like that. I mean, ironically, you can't punish them with losing the match because they actually want to lose the match. So, I don't know. I feel like if I'm the admins, yeah, I have to do something about it, right? Because it's shocking, I think, if you end up in this weird situation.
本场比赛胜利真的非常的不容易，也请你就是分享一下此刻的心情，胜利的那一瞬间到底脑子里在想些什么呢？
Why don't they just change the brackets? So I presume they've got... How changeable is it last minute? I feel like it gets really hard to change rules sometimes once, because everyone will have like signed an agreement.
压力实在是有点太大了。
But I guess you could just change it to double a limb, because I mean, the big picture solution is... the big picture solution is there's more than enough time to have a double limb between 6 teams next week. Teams would have to play a few more games in the day, but I think not like an egregious amount by any means.
你们队伍当中是怎么沟通的？我们都很关心这个问题。
对，因为那是整张地图的一个反攻点。
对，当时有没有一个什么样的调整？
那个时候是在拧绳，那个时候说兄弟们撑一下，就是能 C，我们输出能 C，就让他们别死，撑一下。 就是相信队友嘛，然后跟他们说了，让他们保活，然后
If you really want to avoid once again, you get disqualified. if we quit, then they can't beat us.
今天冷杀地府好几钱啊。
If I'm CC, yeah, well, this is the problem, is once you lay out the rules for a tournament, like CC right now, I imagine are absolutely fucking buzzing. They have reverse swept their most important game of the year so far to put themselves in a tremendous position to qualify to the Hangzhou LAN, the first LAN in China, home soil. What a fucking result. And then the admin say they're going to change the rules. This is the problem. It's probably one of the bigger problems with changing the rules mid-tournament, is invariably you end up screwing someone over. Like, if it benefits one team, hurts another team type thing, right? So if I'm Team CC, I say, I'm not okay with that at all. The format is the format. That's what we all signed up to, that's what we agreed to, etc, etc.
其他队也好，就我们队也好，就是希望大伙力气。
Now when you have to get reverse swept, yeah, they started throwing too early. They started throwing too early.
因为确实也不容易啊，这一路走来。
毕竟我们的项目也是刚刚重新起步嘛。那 Kaneki 其实也算是重新起步的选手之一，我得说，就是再回到我们的这样的一个舞台上。
Yeah, I mean it is possible ROC could beat once again, but it feels so unlikely. Yeah, because ROC shouldn't be rewarded for, you know, losing the series. How big is the gap between CC and once again? Notable. Maybe they could get a map, CC. But we're talking in terms of maps, not in terms of series. It's against the rules to give yourself diarrhea. I feel like it's telling that your first was, could I shit myself out of this situation? If I shit myself right now, would I be in more trouble or less trouble? Nothing in the rules says a dog can't play. The dog would have to be on the roster. Can they? No, because if they don't show up, I think that's like, that you could just be immediately disqualified. You know, it's like... This happened in basketball decades ago. A team started scoring on their own basket to lose the game, knowing they would still qualify and would avoid playing the clearly better team. What? Do you remember what happened in that situation? Like, what happened to the team that was intentionally losing?
一定有人在麦里说了一句反攻从现在开始，真的完成了这样的反攻，我觉得不管以后啊，不管 CC 的这些选手能够再碰到怎么样的比赛，他们都会想到今天，都会想到在那个暂停的时候到底发生了什么。
迸发出无限的可能性，这就是守望先锋。而我觉得 ROC
Yeah, no rush.
是非常非常的就是长，因为对于他们来说还有非常多操作的一个。
Because I agree, like the big picture thing is, we can fix that this through format and structure, right? We can avoid these situations in the future. Because a little bit of this is actually caused by once again being gigantically better than everyone else, which isn't the case most of the time in most regions. So it's not a team that is so far above. So you can fix this stage 2, no problem. You fix it going forward. But now you're mid-tournament and everyone's been playing for this format. And certain teams have probably already benefited based on how their group stage has gone. What do you do? What do you do? You've got a week to think about it as well. Remember, you got a night to think about it. You got all night to think about it and talk to the teams.
100%要为大家推荐的比赛就是最后一场，一定要去看。就算是你看了直播，我相信有很多的瞬间和细节还是大家可以去回味的。而我们目前的排
There's something in the rules that says you aren't allowed to change your binds.
Team CC 应该是锁定到了 A 组第1的位置，而在之后 ROC、Blade 还有ROC 和 Blade 这边还。
Why don't they make third seeds? Yeah, but is that fair to Team CC?
那 B 组的话，其实
You know, like I think it's really unfair to the team that have just won this like great series of Overwatch we just watched, and then go, oh, we're gonna do this. I think if I'm the admins, I sit down with ROC and Blade, because Blade could do the same thing as well, and I say, look, if it even gets a little bit suspicious that you guys are phoning it in and trying to lose, we're just pulling the plug and you're disqualified. I don't know if you'd actually want to do it, but I feel like you should do a little threat. just a little threat. You know, just put it out there for them.
是的，可以抢到我们的 S2的一个名额，然后在后续的赛程上面也会拿。
Now what if they lose for real? I mean, this is why it's horrible. This is why it's a horrible situation for the admins, because you're left deciding, like, are they throwing or are they just shit? Oh. Yeah. And ROC, I think ROC is clearly better than Blade. I think it's this is weird. Is the situation? Yeah, like it's an impossible sit. I think it'd be beyond shocking for ROC to lose this series. And this is like, in most regions, you don't get as many games where you're so certain of the result. For example, think about EMEA playoffs or North America playoffs. How many games were really in this category where you'd be this level of shocked that one team beat the other? Yeah, when there's all these grey areas, I was like, what if you're just sick? What if you're just tired? What if you're... And you just play bad because of that? Can we all start betting copious amounts of money on ROC losing to confirm the match-fixing allegations? I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I think the admin should say something now, though. Like, if I'm the admins, because you can make all this shit, we go, what if we sub the coach into play? What if we put Chu on tank? What if we do this? But if I'm the admin, I think you can very confidently just say, you are full of shit. If you do that, you're disqualified. You're throwing. We're not allowing it. If you do that, you're disqualified. Do you think the organisers know what's going to happen? I presume so, because I kind of just stumbled in. Like, I sort of just came to this realisation looking at it. In all seriousness, do you think the admins would even care if a throw-in isn't that obvious? I mean, if it doesn't feel like either team's throwing, it's fine. But... but the problem is, if ROC Esports lose to Blade, it feels like they have to throw. Much worse to make it to the LAN but ruin your reputation or get fined and just make it the LAN. And just not making the LAN. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, make it so, like... Yeah, I mean, I do understand. I think this is a unique situation because of the power disparity in China. The basketball situation was in 1962 EuroLeague game, where a team intentionally scored on their own basket to lose the game by 2 instead of going into overtime and getting blown out on point differential. The next day, they changed the rule, no punishment for the team. I know, I feel from the admin's point of view, it is such a bad look if the teams don't try. But the problem is, as soon as you say, are they trying or not trying, there's this whole spectrum of, are they trying, are they playing bad, exactly where does it fall, you know? I think if I'm the admins, at the very least, what I can say is, we're not accepting any bullshit roster substitutions. Like, you tell me you want Molly on fucking tank or on DPS, you're not playing. You know what I mean? Or you're just disqualified. If you try, like, we're not accepting any of that, right? Yeah, it becomes a much grayer area if... It becomes a much grayer area if they just all play their normal roles and they just play bad and lose type thing. San, San, do you just want to drink? Because you're mentioning getting drunk all this time. Oh. I'll drink to that, fuck's sake. Alpha, you getting drunk won't help ROC Esports. By that logic, I want to have diarrhea. Guys, look. If you want to get drunk or you want to give yourself diarrhea, that's entirely your choice. Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, we'll just wait and see what happens, right? Is an interesting situation. I hope they just play it. I hope they just play it. I think don't know, the throwing's really tempting, but I think it was a Snail Shell who said it about I feel like it's like a really bad look for the game. Really bad look for the game, really bad look for the team. Actually made tomorrow a must watch. I mean, it's fascinating. It's fascinating for all the wrong reasons. Are they not allowed to forfeit? I presume not, no. Because I think if they forfeit, they forfeit the tournament. Like, what if you throw and get banned for a year? Yeah, that's a good point, Toby, of like, all right, you throw, but then you're just, you know, if one player's found guilty, right? Because for real allegations, because as much as this is throwing for bracket seeding, right? The other situation you would intentionally throw a game is match fixing, right? Which is, that's the sort of shit that if a tournament organizer suspects you of match fixing, that's the sort of shit they will really be quite willing just to kill you on, right? Like, if anything, the iBuyPower stuff from CS that we talked about earlier. Like, how long were those guys banned for? It was like 5 years or something they were banned from the game. Banned from competing in any tournament. Like, that's like your career gone. Seal's still not unbanned? Oh, now unbanned. Yeah, but it was a heavy punishment from Valve, right, on that. Was it 10 years? Fuck. Fuck me, 10 years is brutal. I mean, I know it's match fixing, but 10 years is like no career for you. Would Blizzard even hand out such a strong plan? I mean, yeah, match fixing's like throwing for seeding and match fixing. I think we are like, the match fixing does feel like a more severe crime. Went to watch Steel. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't remember the full situation because it was so long ago. But yeah. Would you ban someone from CX Pugs if they match fix? Yeah. It's a 10-year ban situation. When is match fixing good for you? When you want money in your account and you don't have any money in your account. He's betting on CX bugs. Yeah, we'll get him in the bookies. In 3 years now, B. I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what to make of it. I hope they just play it out and they just accept that. Look, we fucked it, right? We got reverse swept. Hard for it not to be our fault. Now we're gonna have to try and do the impossible and beat once again. Maybe you complain about the bracket format afterwards, right? You make sure it's not the same for last time. And as much as we all talk about, won't Hangzhou be a crazy event? Maybe it's less exciting if you live in China anyway. You know? Maybe actually the ones you'd be more interested on are let's go to Europe, let's go to Riyadh, let's go to Stockholm. Oh. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it though, because I don't know. I'm just fascinated to see what happens tomorrow. But I don't want that to take away. We shouldn't forget that situation will be tomorrow. But what a fucking comeback from Team CC. What a result to bail themselves out of that difficult situation. So, good night. I say good night. Well, good night to those of you in a relevant time zone for good night. Have a good afternoon for everyone else. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. We will be back tomorrow to see the conclusion of... could be a very bizarre day of Overwatch. So, let me send you... Is Haddy still streaming? Let's see Hadders. There he is. Ooh. Let me send you Haddy's way. He's doing... What's he doing? 5 gifted subs for duo for 3 games. You want a duo with Haddy? 5 gifted. Remember, you get 35% off gifted right now. 5 gifted or more, you get 35% off until the 31st of March. So, if you want to go duo with Haddy, this is the best time to get a duo going with Haddy. Alright, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, or rest of your Saturday. And we'll go see how this thing unfolds tomorrow. See you in a bit, everyone. Take care.